The sun at last is shining. The summertime is back, it's 99 degrees. It's time to put the top down and cruise down the highway wild and free. And everybody feeling oh so fine to have no kind back with a champ for the summertime. The young men smiles are dropping when they see the grown women on the beach.
Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show, everybody. Good to have everybody here. It's not Red Friday.
I figured you would do this one. Oh, you are. We're twinning.
We'll be putting an auto discount on the show tonight, 15% off on Leave Our Kids Alone, one of our most popular shirts ever in world history. Amy's like, damn it, I didn't get the shirt memo. We got to tell her the shirt memos from now on. I don't know. Do you have this one, Ames? I think you do.
I don't, but I feel like I need to get it.
I feel like we'll get it for you. We'll figure it out. We'll be back, everybody. Ending the live. Or should we go on Wimkin?
I'm looking right now. Yep, you are.
Good, I'm off. Dumb Club stuff. Go buy it. Dumbclub.com. Shit happens. Go enjoy it. At the Dumb Club. Free stuff. Liv has nudes. Step into a Wimkin.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The Dumb Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The Dumb Show on social media or thedumbshow.com.
Adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Let's get the details out right now because it's important. First things first, P.O. Box information. Everybody wants to know, hey, where can we go ahead and email the Don't Unfriend Me Show, our mail, snail mail, and there it is, the Don't Unfriend Me Show at P.O. Box 2. Yes, we have the second P.O. Box in the entire city. It's a booming city of 500 people, folks, so we're pretty proud of it, to be honest with you. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Olivia is going to put some information up for you. She's going to turn down a brightness on her monitor because it's way too bright. And then go ahead and...
That's about as low as I can go.
Yeah, low as you can go. We got some interesting stuff. Tonight we have a 15% off, and it's our most coveted shirt ever. Olivia, I'm sorry I'm going to be on top of you.
Like that's a bad thing?
That's what I was going to say, but you got me to it. Shit. Where's it at? It doesn't matter. Here, we'll just throw it in here. Leave Our Kids Alone. One of the coolest shirts we've ever sold. It was absolutely, it just blew up, and it's a huge shirt, 15% off. You get an automatic discount. You don't even have to put a code in because we're such good human beings here at the Don't Unfriend Me Show. You just go ahead and go buy it. Go to thedumshow.com, and it's going to be right there for you. It is the shirt of the show, folks.
We are twinning today.
We are twinning today. I can't believe it. I
did it on purpose.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
By the way, you're moving from your mic, and it's creating a lot of wah-wah. It's like, hi, my name is Olivia, and how are you doing? Interesting information today, but yeah, stop on by. We've got a shit ton of people on already, which is amazing. Leave Our Kids Alone is available, 15% off. By the way, Liv has to tell you something. She has graduated. Liv, tell them what you're going to be doing tonight.
I have gotten a promotion.
Yes.
I'm in charge of the tips.
Yes, you are. Tips and donation. What does that mean?
That means that you can go to link tap go /the dumb show and donate money to the show.
linktapgo.com.
Oh yeah.
/the dumb show.
Yes.
The thing that's been up for like 4 months.
I was trying to do it from memory, even though it's right in front of me. You know?
And what does that mean? How do they? There's two ways to donate. How do they do that?
You can tip the show.
Yep.
Which goes directly to it, correct?
Yeah.
And then you can donate to the show as well
through PayPal. A little bit more anonymity, and the other one is on Swipe or Stripe. So easy. Both are absolutely secure and safe. If you don't want to do that, you got the P.O. Box. If you want to, you can donate. The reason why 3.5 years we never asked for a donation, we were making plenty of money at my job and Facebook and all that, and then Facebook decided to demonetize us almost as soon as I decided to do this full time. So we have been in a pickle, but people have been helping out. Right now we're at $15.91.23. We're about halfway to our goal, and we are a little over half the month. If we can continue to average about $100 a night, we will hit it. We're hoping that we can. Remember, take care of your friends and family first. Take care of your vacation, your mortgage. And if you have something left over and you haven't given it to Donald Trump's campaign or you haven't given it to the Carpetore family, please go ahead and consider giving it to the Don't Unfriend Me Nation. All right. Who is all the way over there in that beautiful aquamarine No More in 2024 shirt?
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy. I'm still advocating to change the button on the link tap go to just say just the tip, but I don't think that's happened yet.
Ooh, we should do that. Ashley Hagen says, "Ugh, come on, Olivia. I'm going to Bongino. P.S. Totally missing. Love this show." I don't know what.
I don't know. I think it was supposed to be a joke. I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure. Ashley, explain your humor. We don't understand it. We don't get it. And Bongino is awesome. So going to Bongino is fair. You can go to Bongino anytime you want. I will tell you, I've broken a couple of things quicker than Bongino, though. Just letting you know. He got me today. There's no doubt he got me today, but I got him last night. I also got him on the J.D. Vance president thing. I think I got everybody. I think I got the entire country on the J.D. Vance scoop before anyone else hit it. So, but either way, Bongino's an amazing human being. He knows his shit in and out, and he certainly knows more about the Secret Service than I ever could. So listen to Bongino. He knows what he's talking about. Let's get into it. We got a lot to do. Oh, who are you, beautiful lady in the middle?
Oh, me? I thought you introduced me already.
No, I introduced Amy.
Oh, sorry.
So who are you?
I'm Olivia. I'm your blushing bride of almost 20
Blushing.
years.
Yeah, whatever. You haven't had any virtue in a long time.
It's been a while. You took it. Long time ago.
I didn't take your virtue. That was the other guy. I don't think I ever. No, that's not true. That's a lie. I've taken a few, but I didn't take yours. I promise you that. Yeah, you were not a blossoming rose, so to speak. More like a wilted daisy.
Shouldn't have worn white at the wedding, apparently.
Well, whatever. It is what it is. We shouldn't have stepped into the church is really what we should have been. So welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. What do we do here? We talk about politics. We talk about current events, geopolitical situations, former intelligence analyst for the United States Navy, corporate executive for Fortune 500, 3 of them, actually Fortune 15s. So spent a lot of time working with people, developing people and talent, but I also have a pretty good eye for current trends globally, but also when it comes to economics. And listen, I'm a jack of all trades. Olivia brings a healthy perspective from a mom, but also somebody who's out there working in the public sector and can kind of understand the ebbs and flows from groceries to gasoline prices to what's going on at the local Target to what drama moms are talking about and soccer moms are talking about. Brings a healthy diet of all those things. But she's also just wicked sweet and she's hot. So that helps. Amy is a real estate mogul. Yes, big. Amy has huge boobs.
Is it Big Boob Amy? Is that what we're going to call you from now on?
Huge boobies.
Huge.
She is a real estate mogul. She understands economics very well. She is also very well connected in the Virginia community and knows a shit ton of people and is just a great all-around presence. Super wicked humor. You've got to wait for it because she'll get her stingers in. So, and she has huge boobs, if I didn't mention that. So we always like to know because
just share some with me. We can just middle of the road.
What I do is when I release a new shirt, I give it to Amy first and make her wear it for 3 weeks. And any shirt that can take that punishment is going to be fine for you.
God.
So,
Exactly.
So how are you going to put that on? With a crowbar and some Vaseline. Let's go ahead and get to it.
I'll
Olivia,
smack him for you, Amy.
It's okay. That's why I don't go scuba diving. Can't fit into wetsuits.
Yeah, I don't have a soundboard anymore. We just never.
well, no, you just need to unplug the thing and plug it back in. We've done this 100 times and I've told you how to do it, but we'll just do it later. Don't worry about the soundboard. Here's what we'll do is I'm going to fix that for you. And I am going to get you your own beautiful, sound thingy for you. And we'll have it all done for you, but not right now. All right. So let's get into it. We got a lot to do. RNC has been going on. Amy, you had a chance to hear that JD Vance will be taking the vice president position.
I didn't get to comment the other day, but
yeah. So what do you think?
So excited for this.
Really?
I really am excited for him. I think it's a great VP pick, and I don't know what he's going to bring for Donald Trump that Donald Trump doesn't already have. Like, he's not going to bring him any more states.
Youth.
It's the youth. I know. I'm so glad he's young. Like, I really love that. And I love JD Vance. I think he's so wicked smart. Like, he's.
Yeah. He's almost deafening. He's so silent.
What happened?
Her audio's out. She's having some internet connectivity issues. Hey, have you thought about trying Skype? Can we try that? Can we try Skype? Yeah. Do you have Skype?
Yeah.
Call me on Skype, owner@don'tunfriendme.com. Try this. This is a new feature. Just go to open up.
Do that.
You just open or Zoom. Sorry. Open up Zoom. Do you have Zoom? Yeah. Open up Zoom. Open up Zoom and just go. And here, I'll do a new meeting and I'll invite you. This is the coolest.
That's all I know. Yeah.
This is the coolest. Okay. Participants. Invite. This is so neat. You're going to love this. Liv, check your email.
It's up.
Check it again. Is it the Amy we always do on your email?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We're going to try this. Because I've been wanting to try it And if this is better, you know what I mean? Because I think your audio is going to be better, and all of that. So just give me a second. I got to find your email because this will just take 2 seconds, and then we can get started.
Well, I'm like, I can totally.
Your audio has sucked for years because Ecamm
know.
is not perfect. It's just not, and it's great, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm trying to.
So do I hit like join? I don't know what to do.
No,
I have an
just sit there. Just sit there.
Okay.
Wait. Be patient. Invite link has been copied to clipboard. Okay. I'm gonna send it to you via. You have your phone.
Yes.
Okay. You've never used it before, ever.
The Zoom link? No. I have
okay.
Zoom.
I know.
I'm a
Hold
Zoom
on.
member.
Liv, did you get that put in there so we can have something to talk about?
I don't have an email at the moment.
Okay, just wait. Just be patient. God, participants. How do I do this? I've never used this myself. Invite. And why can't I just put in your information? Oh, email. Duh. Choose your email service to send invitation. Are you kidding me? Come on. Why do I have to put in my email service? Why can't you just let me send God, Gmail.
It's always about me making things difficult. Just
no shit. I swear to God, lady. Every time. People are okay.
I'm just gonna start coming over. I'm just gonna like.
That would be much better. Okay, there it is. Check your email.
They're downloading right now. It's thinking.
Okay, just take your time. Take your time. That's fine. Liv.
Yes.
Real quick. Sorry, folks. We are on top of it. We're a little bit behind. Livy, it is.
Do I have to hang up from here first, or what do I do?
Got it.
All right. So, Amy, waiting for you to call in.
I'm trying to. It says I'm hitting launch.
Yeah. Take your time. Listen, we've got a couple minutes. Frank, thanks, buddy. You're the bomb, Frank. You're the best.
What in
Any
the
day.
heck?
It's okay. What's it say?
I'm hitting launch and it's doing nothing.
Okay.
Let me just see if I can join from my browser. Oh God.
Do you have Zoom installed on your computer?
I do, but it's not working for some reason. So.
Oh, okay. You know what? Screw it. We're going to do this.
Let's try this. Wait a minute. Let's do.
Kid, I can't.
Wait, I think I got it.
Shit.
It says the link is invalid.
Well, that's because I just closed it because you were taking for effing ever. Hold on. New meeting. New meeting. Let's see.
Sorry, everybody.
Participants. Yeah, you should be. Tell you what.
I could just leave now, and by the time I get there, we'd have all the issues probably sorted out.
No, you're fine. You're fine. All right, it's coming right now. Amy Robinson. Okay, Miss Robinson. Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Open the frickin' email right now. Get on here.
I don't have an email yet.
It's coming. You be patient.
Okay.
It's coming. I mean, God, you're just like my wife. Like, when's this going to happen? It's taking forever. Hurry up. Hey, I'm old. Cut me some slack. No dice?
Okay. I got it. No, I'm joining now.
Okay. So I'm going to kick you off the show.
Wait,
and do that.
Okay, good. Okay. Can you hear me okay? I'm on, right?
Okay. Just wait. Hold on now. Hold on.
Oh, wait a minute.
What's wrong? I got you here.
Oh, am I? But can you hear me over there?
No, I'm turning this off. Just hold on. Just shh. Wait. Be second. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me? Amy, can you hear me? Blah, 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 blah. Amy. Okay. Hold on. I need to import this. Zoom guests. Put her on. Test 1, 2. Amy, can you hear me? Amy. Okay, she can't hear me. This may not work. Where's it at? This is a shit show. I'm trying as hard as I can here, folks. A and B. And you know what? This is not the time. Amy, call me. Call back on the other line. Okay, we'll do it later. We'll get it in post. This works famously, by the way. I've done it with Izzo, and I've done it with other guests, and it works famously. We just need to set it up for her. So we're going to get it in right now as soon as she calls back. Is she calling back, hon?
I don't know. I'll text her.
Okay, let's get her to call back. All right, so anyway, as we wait for that, Frank, thanks for the donation. We appreciate you. Going into first topics.
I can't get any emails to load. I still haven't received it.
Just shut your right click, shut it all down, shut your email down, and then open it back up. And don't worry, I will help you until you start getting your emails. It has to download a few thousand emails. That's why. First things first, we want to go into the shooting. Tell her not to call back on Zoom, but to call back on eCam. Never mind. She picked up on what I was putting down. We'll get it to after the show. We'll figure it out. It's worked with Mike McCarthy. It was fantastic. The interview was great, and it won't cut out your audio anymore. So let's just get you set up on Zoom. It'll be 10 times easier, and you can see the entire show just the way you are right now. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Matt Gates. What's wrong?
Me?
Amy.
Nothing? No.
Oh, she's really quiet now.
Amy, you're super quiet. Hold on. Test.
Hold
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Okay, good. Now it's much better. Whatever you just did. Your XLR cable's a little loose.
I'm a problem.
You're not a problem. Knock it off. You've been doing this with us for forever. This is totally normal. It's fine. If we didn't have you do this, we wouldn't know what to do. We would feel like really weird. It would be super strange.
It would be unnatural if there wasn't a technical issue with me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Okay, first, ladies and gentlemen, Ellen DeGeneres decided to go ahead and do a TikTok video, and I addressed this. First of all, can I explain something? Government officials don't use 4chan. Okay, they don't use IRC. That's not the way this works. If they're going to leak anything, they're not going to you on the internet. They're going to a massive publication that can offer them protection. They are going to file under the whistleblower clause so they don't go to prison for the rest of their life, or they're going to find a foreign government that will harbor them that doesn't have extradition treaties like they did it with China going to Hong Kong with Snowden. So for all these people are like, hey man, these guys are going on IRC and they're telling me all this stuff about Secret Service. First of all, Secret Service are super tight-lipped, and the only people they're talking to are people that they trust. Okay? I've got 3 friends in the Secret Service. 2 of them have ghosted me since Saturday at 10:30 p.m. The other one is talking to me religiously. Bongino has a lot more contacts than I do. But Secret Service was put on lockdown, and lips are sealed, hush, hush, tight, tight, don't talk. Now, there's people out there that are pretending that they understand things. They understand operational security. They understand personal protection detail, and they don't know shit. This kid's one of them. This kid literally took a screenshot from the IRC and then decided to dress up like Ellen DeGeneres and Martin Short and make a video. And trust me, he absolutely sounds like he looks. There's no doubt about it. I want you to listen to this, and then I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay, here it is.
A man?
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Boy.
Okay, hold on. This is like cringy. This makes me. It's like, first of all, dude, you just got pubic hair number 1 on your testicles. You don't know any. Why should anyone listen to you? At least I've got 50 years of knowing how to bullshit. That's why people should listen to me.
His mom's car.
Yeah, he's in his mom's car. She's probably in the driver's side. Here it is.
For everyone who does not know who this man is, his name is Jonathan Willis. He is a
If you think that's a woman,
agent
it's not a woman. It's Alex. His name is Alex. His name is Robert Paulson.
who shot the guy who was trying to assassinate.
No, he didn't. Those 2 snipers didn't do any shooting. I showed that the night of, and I said, man, his muzzle is down, and if anyone shot, it's a guy in prone position who has his leg tucked. He's in a secure prone position, so he doesn't slide backwards and doesn't fall off from his mount, and he's using his feet as stops on that roof. I don't think either of them took the shot, but if anyone took the shot, it was prone position. There was no reason for them not to. Then we find out that there's a couple of other teams and a couple of other sniper nests that were running, Overwatch. So the rumor is that it was from another agent at rocking a 308, and that would completely make sense too.
Trump. And for all of you saying that he knew he was there and had his sights on the shooter for several minutes and didn't do anything about it, that is correct.
It's not correct. It's a complete lie. Okay? The timelines don't add up. I'm not saying that kid wasn't walking around the property. He was. We have video of him doing it now. We have that kid all over the property for sure. in every way, shape, or form. We have video of him walking through there for the entire morning, y'all. So the shooter was absolutely, they had him with a backpack and they had him with a rangefinder, and he was taking measurements. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, this was like about as obvious as you get. Okay. But having him in his sights for 3 minutes as he is in a prone position ready to take a shot is bullshit. That's not what took place.
Had his sights on him for at least 3 minutes, but was told by his superiors not to engage. And as soon as the shooter started taking his shots at Trump, Jonathan Willis was still told not to engage, but he did it anyway.
It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. I'm just letting you know it's complete bullshit. 120,000% bullshit. This guy, the only people he's talking to is union reps, or he is put on ice. The Secret Service, they have protocol. These guys are professionals, okay? They've been cops. Most of them have served U.S. Marshals or Special Forces. They understand how to shut up and follow orders. Plain and simple.
He killed the shooter, and afterwards, he was taken in by the FBI and questioned. He was relieved from duty. He was fired for disobeying order.
Bullshit. Not true. Lies. Complete lies.
For shooting the guy that was trying to kill Trump, for protecting Trump, for doing his job, he was fired.
No, he wasn't.
And I think we all need to stand with this agent, because if it wasn't for him, Trump might actually be dead right now.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
This man...
They didn't get shots off until after the first two rounds did their damage. And then at that point, he was obviously taking fire from multiple positions and firing into the crowd haphazardly and firing haphazardly. His first shot was definitely going to be his best. Give me a break. This guy is full of shit as a Christmas goose.
His whole career to save Trump, and he doesn't even have...
G.I. Joel says, oh, that's for sure true. I, too, read it on the internet from someone who shared it and said it was true, too. Exactly, G.I. Joel.
Regret about it. He's glad that he did it. So we all need to come together, unite, and stand up.
Okay, so can someone, ladies, when you hear this, when you hear a prepubescent child whose balls haven't dropped, when you besides that, can you please explain to me, what does it mean to come together and unite? What does that mean? Help me understand. Ooh, the Spiritborn class reveal on Diablo. They just released all the details on the Spiritborn class. Anyway, Squirrel, please help me understand what that means. What does that mean, come together and unite? When you hear that, when you hear the Oompa Loompa here tell you to come together and unite, how do you take that? Because obviously guys are going to listen to him and follow him and do whatever he says, because his vast experience literally playing nickel arcades and huffing cinnamon powder. What do you think? What do you think he means? Liv, you first.
Well, unity. It's standing as one, being as one, and no divisiveness would be.
Wow, that's really cute on a Hallmark card. But what does that mean? Like I know what unity, I know what come together means. How do we do that? What are the specific things that he's asking us to do? Do you have any details?
That he's asking us to do,
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, like how do we come together and how do we stand for this officer? How do we stand and support him? Tell me how we do that.
I would say that he's going to probably start a GoFundMe page for him and take off like 90% of the proceeds, give 10% to him.
Matthew Mathers, welcome to the show. You're 2 days late. I have already done about 13 hours of what happened during the shooting, and you can watch all of that. Go back to Saturday night, go back to Monday night, and go back to Tuesday night. It's all there for you. We're still going to talk about new things tonight, but I've already done my version. But what is not the version is that a Secret Service agent had him in sights for 3 minutes, because we know that's not true, because we saw the acquisition of the target. We saw him go off optics. We saw him lower his muzzle and never fire around it whatsoever. That shot did not come from first position. It could have come from second position, but even second position started taking fire, and you saw him fall back beyond the crown. And that was the whole reason why he was prone to begin with, in case he was getting any type of fire on his position, just like most snipers would be. You would have someone on a tripod, which is fluid, covering a 180 degree or more narrow, probably a 90-degree swath. In this case, because they didn't have any additional coverage, that's probably why he didn't spot the shooter, because he's probably looking at 180 from the copse of the trees all the way to building 1. So it could make sense that someone could slip in when he's looking all the way to the left, that he could go ahead and slip and traverse onto the roof. Now, squatter should be on a fixed position and, prone position with his feet tucked in up his chest and then his boots literally pushing against the bottom of the roof so he does not slide. Should have been on a fixed position, which would be the line of sight from the building where the actual shooter came from. So it's questionable, and you're wondering why. What's up with that? Now, did they not see a rifle? Did he keep the rifle down? Because understand, he was on a slight grade, and he was going on a down level. And he used the crown of the roof to go ahead and give him the best position to pop up. And remember, there was a soft facet, which is used to keep water from falling off the roof into the front of the entryway. So it has a facet, and then it has 2 downspouts coming off the side. And those things are usually, 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall. He was hiding behind that. And then all he simply did, in the sense of line of sight, is pop up over that and then take his shot. The kid, no matter what you want to say about the kid, whether you think it's a setup or, he's an Iranian or he's a deep fake, secret agent, or he has the ability to wear masks and he's really, a secret assassin from Game of Thrones, or whether you think that he is a CIA or an FBI guy, or whether you think he's a patsy and they Oswalded him, whatever you think, that really doesn't matter because none of that is provable at this point. What matters is the kid picked a perfect position, a position that most people who are in the military know anything about operational security or anything about taking a shot of this magnitude understand that this position was the best choice and location minus from the trees, which also would have been a good choice too. He didn't even have to come out of his nest with those 3 cypress trees that are in front of him that were blocking him when he was walking around and he snuck back in there. There's no reason for him not to take the shot from there. The point is, he felt he needed elevation. He got elevation, and he thought it was a good spot where he could keep out of reach of the sniper teams. And lo and behold, he obviously didn't see all the teams because he got clipped once he fired off his 8 rounds. So, Mr. Mathers, take a look. There's a lot there. I don't have all the answers, but I know just because I don't have all. Water tower should have been a fixed position, was it? Water tower should have been a fixed position. Well, there's rumors that the water tower had a second shooter on it. Is that what you're referring to? Or you're saying that the water tower should have overwatch? Should the water tower have overwatch? That remains to be seen for a couple of reasons. One is I don't know what the water tower, as far as logistics, what it looks like. I don't know if there's enough for a full spread. I don't know if you can lay prone in that position between railing and tank. And a lot of those only have like a 2.5, 3 foot swath on them that you walk around and then a down ladder. So although there should have been someone stationed in that section, there should have been someone at the top and the bottom, obviously with at least, running optics and watching and calling in any situation. That for sure should happen. Did it have? It's my understanding that it did not. So for maybe we're miscommunicating here. If you believe that I am under the impression that the Secret Service did a good job, you really need to watch the last 3 nights of shows, because I think the Secret Service completely fuddled and fumbled the football in a way that no Secret Service has failed to this magnitude, even worse than the Kennedy assassination. Kennedy assassination was predominantly driver. That's why Kennedy died. And that security detail allowed him to go ahead and run an open top in Dallas when somebody had just been hit about 10 days earlier. Was a premier that came in and somebody threw fruit at him. So just like this, there were credible threats where they should not have allowed Trump to even go in an open area, let alone without plexiglass. The simplest thing for Trump would have put plexiglass on his left and right side. He already had his back was completely to buildings, and his front obviously was controlled by people in the audience, which you can really control via pat downs and metal detectors. And that's what the Secret Service is there to peep the crowd if you wanted to. But there's no reason why you couldn't have put plexi up. They didn't. So I'm not defending the Secret Service. I'm just letting you know what didn't happen. And what didn't happen is this guy was not told not to fire. He may have said, I've got him in my sights. And this is the checkoff process that takes place. If he sees somebody, he's going to go ahead and say suspicious activity in quadrant number 3. Gentleman is wearing shorts, sneakers, and a loose-fitting T-shirt. He's about 5'7" and 140 pounds, whatever it is. He has a backpack. He's been loitering around the area. I would request an officer to go pick him up. Then there's the second phase of that, is that he is demonstrating that he is in a place that he is not supposed to be. So the moment that they saw him on that roof, you say, command, I've got a bogey in quadrant 3, has not presented arms or presented any weaponry at this time. However, he is in breach of the zone. I am maintaining contact. Do I have permission to proceed? At that point, they're going to either give him a hard stop, they're going to give him a yellow, or they're going to give him a green light. Now, green light is rarely going to be approved in this situation because it could be somebody just with a pair of binoculars or a camera trying to get a better eye at Trump. But the moment that weapon is brandished, or he starts going into a backpack, or he starts loading, or whatever, at that point, he has full joy. He doesn't need to call command. The moment he sees a weapon and that person in a bad spot or a kill zone, they have green light to take that target out. They will probably still check with command unless there's an imminent threat. The moment he brandishes his weapon and goes on optics, that fucker's dead. And he is dead a millisecond after they see him, permission or not. Anyone who says that they have to go ahead and check permission when there's live fire happening has never ran Overwatch in their life. Has never probably even held a weapon in their life. So, Annalisa says, no offense, but there should never be a female on that team around Trump. There's no offense there. You and I agree, and so does this panel. Ladies, I'm sorry I went off for a second. Let me stop. Your thoughts on what unity means from this kid, and how it's, what are your marching orders? When someone says, we need to rally around this guy, we need to support this guy, what does that mean to you? Amy?
It sounds like he's calling for some kind of potential violent or rioting or something like that. That's what I would get from somebody who looks like this. Not to be, but this is the world we live in. And if you are giving off that vibe and it sounds like he's in defense of Trump, which the looks are deceiving because I wouldn't have pegged that person for a Trump supporter. And maybe they're not, I don't know. But it doesn't sound like he wants us all to come together and go, we need to support this man's family and help him out because he's been fired or whatever. It sounds like he's saying we need to take action. We need to hold the people accountable for letting this happen. So also, Karen wanted to call in, just FYI.
Yeah, Karen, green light, call in. If you don't want to be on video, that's fine. I'll take care of that. But you can call in on the phone too. Use the Skype number, ladies. It's somebody who has that. Would you put it down for Karen? Once again, I'm not saying the Secret Service completely just fucked this up from start to finish, from conception to birth. But that doesn't mean that the shooter didn't make some choices that were strong without knowing that normally in a situation with an A team or a B team from Secret Service would have got him killed. The moment he traversed that roof, he would have been shot. If it was a presidential detail, he would have been dead. He would have been blown off that roof. 3 snipers would have hit him center mass, all from different locations. They all would have zeroed in and killed him. Like that, dead. Because they do it. They've done it before on the top of the White House. Okay, so I know a MARSOC sniper on the top of the White House who runs detail. He's there usually in reserve capacity. He has never been involved in a live fire, but he knows that if anyone encroaches that brandishes weapon, he has full joy. Full joy to punch the clock. Go ahead. Sorry.
I have a question about all the rounds and everything. Have they done the ballistics research yet to see the trajectory of each bullet and when it was fired and which one went where yet? Do we know any of that yet?
You're not going to get that for a bit. You're talking about forensics. They're going to have to remap the targets. They're going to have to go ahead and measurements have all been taken. And now it's a matter of putting it all together and releasing a report. I guarantee there's already a very good idea. We're just briefed on a lot of this. And what they found out is that they knew some people say 37 minutes, some people say 10 minutes before Trump went on, that his parents called in and warned that there was going to be a situation. And they still let Trump come on. This is confirmed, 100% confirmed. I got it from a source. Karen, mute up until we get you on. Okay, mute up.
Or the local police, they took a photo of him, and because he looked suspicious.
Right, they were squawking about him. It's my understanding in the Senate briefing. Congressional briefing that they were squawking about him for a better part of the morning.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
They still let him on. Here's the thing. In the worst, you can do all the conspiracy theory you want. I'm not going to do it. I grew up a Kennedy assassination fanatic. Okay? And the reason why is because I love disproving the conspiracy theories that were untrue. Loved it. And this is why I love this job. It's why I went in intelligence in the military. It's why I was very strong at counterintelligence. It's my specialty. I'm very good at it. I'm also pretty good at strike, but counterintelligence was my thing. And I'm telling you right now that you don't have to prove all of it. You just got to prove one thing. And the thing is, if there was a credible threat from Iran, why the fuck was Donald Trump on stage? Period. That's it. End of story. You have an open venue which has multiple kill zones for lines of sights that are completely unmanageable because a team doesn't show up. That's right. Don Bongino was right. He released that information, and he 100% broke that, which is amazing and awesome. 2 hours ago, Bongino came on and said that there was supposed to be another sniper team covering from where the assassin fired from, and they did not show up and called out.
How can you just do that as Secret Service? You can just say, "I'm not coming in today." Like that's a thing.
No, but it's my understanding that it was the police department. They were essentially SWAT or police shooters, and obviously the redundancies were not in place. I mean, here's the thing: is the moment that took place, you would at least put a guy up there with an AR or an M4 with optics, who's trusted, cleared by security. Because every single person who's on that detail has been checked through background. And here's the thing, everybody who's at that rally has had a full background check.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go see the president, whether it's at the White House or at one of these rallies, they will do a single sweep background. They'll check NCIC, they'll check Interpol, things to that effect to see where you're at. Now, they can't do a full-blown background check, but a lot of people go, hey, I want to go visit the White House, and it takes 6 months. The reason it takes 6 months is most people who go there go through a full background check. So it's at least from a paper trail. They don't start flying people out to your kindergarten teacher. But my point is they check you from a paper standpoint. They check your posts. They check everything in your profile to ensure that you're not a threat. Okay, Karen's on. Let me get her. Karen, or can you hear us now, kiddo?
Yes, I can. How y'all doing tonight? Amy, Olivia, Matt.
Hi, sister. What's
Good.
going on?
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I've never been, et cetera, et cetera. I have a question that I want others to take a look at and get their opinions.
Sure.
Okay, on your video, Saturday night, right at 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You can go a little bit before that so you can kind of see.
Holy shit, this is getting me excited. I love this, Karen. Go.
Okay, there seems to be a young gentleman up to Trump's right, so on the left of the screen. He's got a brimmed hat on. I think it's brown.
Yes, I remember. I remember this.
Left.
I'm sorry.
There's a lady lower down, closer to Trump, on his left, which will be on the right side of the screen, wearing a red ball cap, sunglasses, and a white tank top. Everybody's standing up. Everybody's listening to Trump. He's pointing at the big billboard thing he's got over there.
Yep.
His head's turned, etc. And then the gal sits down, raises her sign, which covers her face.
Yep, I remember.
Okay. And then if you glance up at him, the guy in the brimmed hat, he drops his chin to his chest. A second later, she drops the sign and nods. Neither one of them flinched when shots fired. She immediately had her camera on Trump. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm seeing.
Okay.
That sin looks a little bit wishy-washy to me.
Okay.
And
So-
my son and my daughter-in-law. My
Okay.
husband.
So let's watch it. How about we do that? Is that cool?
Yeah. Yeah, I won't
Um,
be watching it with you because I'm on my phone.
No, I know, but
I can
you've
picture the entire video. Well,
Yeah,
that
you've-
section of the video because I watched it
and
like 10 times last night.
This was on Saturday when I went live.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't call me sir, Karen. I work for a living sister.
I was raised by a military man.
Yeah,
Nope.
and you know what? And I was raised by a mother and a father, and you know what they also told me? When an adult tells you to call them by their first name, you respect them by doing it. So
Okay,
I'm
then
from
if
I'm
you'll
from
request
Texas.
me to, then I will
am.
not call you sir.
Thank you. Call me Matt. And the reason why is because I have the
it.
same respect. I've called you ma'am 3 times since you've called. So I get it. But yeah, you don't need to call me sir. I love you either
Okay,
way.
it's
So
habit.
I know it is. It's mine too. Let me see if I can get this. I did a lot of pre-records. You know what? Let's just go to it on Facebook. That's going to be the easiest thing. Hold on.
Just while you're doing that, I'll just give my 2 cents about the ma'am and sir
Yes.
thing. I call you sir, and I call Olivia ma'am. I call my daughter ma'am. That's just my natural go-to thing too. It's like yes ma'am, yes sir. I call my kid like my son's like hey mom. I'm like yes sir. Like that's just like a natural thing for me.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what
kidding.
your age is or who
With
you
my
are.
9-year-old granddaughter, it's ma'am sometimes too. It's habit.
I wasn't really
Yeah.
being serious, y'all.
I'm
Like
just
it's
saying.
not. It's a military thing. Don't call me sir. I work for a living. That's all it
The
is.
Texas thing too. I didn't start it until Texas.
My husband says that too, ex-military.
Yep. Okay. We've got the video. Let's do this. I mean, I'm excited.
Is Trump
Go
grabbed
right
his
about-
ear.
Want to go as far back as just 6
Let's
minutes?
see.
I'm doing it right now. Hold on a
But
second.
right after
this?
6
Carrie,
I
we
got
just
it.
saw
Make
it.
sure-
Make sure you absolutely.
Okay, Karen, I can't hear you
want
anymore. So hold on a
facts.
second. Let me mute up.
Okay.
So Karen, mute up while we watch this. And
Okay, let me.
if you're seeing them throttle me right now, they're blocking the video. God, I hate them. I can't stand Facebook.
Oh,
Hold on, I'll get it up. I've got plenty of alternatives. But they're like, sorry, we can't play this video. This is what they do to me all the time. And they do it to my viewers. They try to come and watch my show, and they can't. Why do you think I have the same amount of views and the same amount of... It's so stupid. I can't stand Facebook anymore.
I shared the new John Rich video, Revelation, on my Facebook. I can't open it now.
I saw you do that. You wrote that. I saw that today when I was surfing. You'd be amazed at how much shit I actually catch on the page. All right, here it is. All right.
His ear, and
I'm gonna
everyone
mute up.
says
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. All right, here it is. Let's watch. I'm just filtering. Okay, I saw the phone. I've seen this video. Like, I've memorized almost everybody in the audience. I've watched it so many times. There's the lady. She's
Was he
black
in
cat.
Pennsylvania? Go
yes,
figure.
He was in Pennsylvania.
Go fucking figure. What a shithole.
Okay, so
He just won the election. I'm just letting you know. This is it.
okay, this is the lady she's talking about right here. So she's black hat, glasses.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
He was hit. He was hit.
No, she doesn't flinch. She doesn't even move.
Oh, that's not true.
Right.
That she does
I mean,
flinch,
she-
and she does move. Go ahead.
That
Amy,
was
go ahead.
just
Yeah, she moved.
you know-
She dropped down to video is all she did.
Well, she lowered her profile completely in video because she understands that her video is going to make her millions of dollars. She has the
Right,
ability
but
to.
do you see the communicate?
No,
If
let me
you
watch it again.
them too, it's
Let me
almost
watch-
like they look and make eye contact.
Well, I think
Probably
we
20
see.
million people.
All right, so you're talking about the guy here in the aviators with the beautiful, perfect silver hair, holding the Joe Biden you're fired sign. Is that who you're talking about?
No, he's got the brown floppy brimmed hat.
Oh,
To
he's
Donald
above.
Trump's
Yeah, he's
left
above.
on the video.
Yeah, he's above
Right here.
Ludak. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
looking at the wrong person.
he's the one wearing the boonie. Well, let's watch it. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again.
So what am I looking
And you know,
at?
that's
I'm
a little bit
confused.
old.
What? What?
I'm confused. Like, where am I supposed
Do you
to
see?
look now?
Okay. Do you see this guy right
so
here?
just him.
Watch him.
Yes.
Do you see her?
Yeah, I saw her.
Watch her. Now, I will tell you that at the Trump rallies, you can be separated in your seating.
Yep.
Just FYI. There are absolute times where you can be separated from your seating because they place the people behind Trump where they want them. And if they're together or they know each other, well, let's watch. See, but here's the thing, and I'm not going to say that yet. Let's watch this.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
She reacts with everybody else. Her reaction, she just didn't flip the fuck out. She was watching Trump, and she goes down when Trump goes down. Watch it again. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing here. What I'm saying is let's try to disprove the theory that somehow she's an FBI agent or a plant, or they're coordinating with snipers and they're talking to the assassin and the grassy knoll and all this other stuff. Okay, because that's what people are saying is. And I will tell you this, America is stupid. If not the Las Vegas shooting and that concert, all those people wouldn't have died because they all ran from the shooter, what got them killed. And anyone knows when you have a highly elevated shooter, you run towards the target and you decrease their angle of fire. If you run out, all you're doing is giving them more opportunity and they can lead your ass to kill you. But nobody knows that because they weren't military. So there's things that you know. And I have seen people in situations where rounds are coming in and they don't even move because they don't have the space between their fucking ears to understand what's happening. All right, let's watch this real quick. Was he in Pennsylvania? Go
Yes,
figure.
He was in Pennsylvania.
Go fucking figure. What a shithole. Yeah, it is. Okay.
He just won the election.
So there's hat with the boonie hat on. Okay. And then girl is out of frame. I think she might be right here. So I think she kind of went and laid down and got behind somebody else. So her reaction after they cut frame is much different than her reaction when she first heard shots. Because here she's down and she's hiding behind somebody.
I'm just letting you know. This is it.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so the person in black is actually up and to the right. She's here. So this guy gets down low, the "you're fired" sign, and she's out of frame. Like she is down, and we'll hopefully be able to see that.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And
okay, she sits down. That's totally normal in a Trump rally. These people have been waiting in line all fucking night and day.
It's hot.
And it's hot. And you know, when there's no standing O, you're going to sit down. So that doesn't bother me. There's other people sitting down too. So that nothing to me.
you want to really see something that said,
Now she looks down right there, and she very well could be getting her phone right now. Maybe there's something on the billboard that she wants. Maybe she grabbed it from her purse. I don't know, but she does look down and she grabs something. Okay, very well could be her phone.
look what happened.
He was hit. He was hit. You have to understand, this is real time. This is minutes after it happened. So I'm assessing in real time, and they didn't even know he was hit yet. I mean, that's how people didn't know. And I'm like, fuck, he was hit. Like 100% recognized he's hit by the reaction. All right. Booney's here. And she is, I think, right here.
And it's about the head movement that both of them. He drops his, his chin to his chest. A second later, she drops the sign, nods, and then boom, boom.
Well, show me.
That
Show
is
me
what I'm questioning.
Show me the nod.
I don't, is that her sign though? I don't think it's her sign, is it? I thought it was this person in front of her.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's watch it.
Was he in Pennsylvania? Go
Yes.
figure.
She's holding the sign right there.
Fucking figure.
And that person right here, this person must, because they're trading the sign, right? Because she's holding it with one hand. I don't know if I ever see her holding it.
What a
Let's find out.
shithole. He just won the election. I'm just letting you know.
This is the guy with the sign. He's right here. She's underneath. She is down. She is behind that barricade.
This is it.
You can see her hat. It's right here. She's all the way pushed up. You can see her through the Secret Service's arm. It's right here.
Hold, when you're ready.
All right. Okay, let's watch. Let's go to 617 is the
She has her
sweet spot.
phone up
This is
there.
it.
Yeah, we're going to watch it right now. This is real time.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took
Her
over.
phone's in her hand.
Yeah,
phone's in
I
her
saw
hand.
that too.
Her phone's in her hand right there. She had her phone in her hand the entire time. She was planning to film. She had her phone in her hand. So when she looks down, she very well could be opening up her photo app. I don't know. But she does have her phone in her hand. So that's one thing.
Look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
What nod? I don't
I
see.
saw her look down, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's a nod. And it's the person in front of her who has the sign. So it's not like she's
what I
not holding a
thought,
sign.
too.
Yeah.
So, and she probably was trying to get into her phone real quick. So she probably looked down to make sure it unlocked.
And to be honest with you, listen, you've got a couple hundred people and everybody is going to be doing something different. And pulling out a phone is probably the most, benign thing in one of these things is people are going to be taking photos all the time. But she doesn't react because I hate to say it. I don't mean to assume anything about this lady, but she probably has no fucking idea that those are gunshots. Those are suppressed.
Right, I get that.
It's a 5.56. It is suppressed. You can hear the channeling when the rounds are popped off. That it's a suppressed rifle. So the thing is that if she's being blocked by somebody, the overall concussive sound wave. I know this sounds insane, but it will be reduced. The more that sound wave is blocked by bodies, and she was low enough that she may not have registered when that reported to her. Okay. So when that shot reported, it could be very muffled. And that's from personal experience, getting behind, sandbags or getting behind an entrenchment and not necessarily hearing the full front of the report. Okay.
Right. I just,
Well, we're going to finish watching right here.
you guys get to see it bigger
He was hit.
than my cell phone.
Yeah, we sure do. I'm watching it on a 32-inch 4K, actually 5K monitor right now. You're right. She records and then she gets down. She's still recording. I'm scanning. I got another guy over here recording. I got a guy right here recording. He's recording. He's recording. I've seen this footage from this guy right here. This was released today. And that's the footage I showed you last night with the teleprompters. This guy's recording. Still recording. Hold on. Let's see if I can find anyone else.
I was questioning just the look I was seeing of possible communication. It was just weird that he dropped his chin to his chest, and then it looked to me like she nodded, and so it like I said, it's not like I was saying she was nodding to the shooter or to whoever out in the audience.
But why would she be not? Why would she? How could she possibly be nodding to the shooter when his optics are zeroed in on Trump's head?
No. That's where I was going. There was somebody in the audience that was actually in communication because the shooter's cell phone was right there. So it was just something I was trying to piece together. As I said, I only have the optics of my cell phone. And
So you're saying that, okay, just so, to make sure I understand here, can I just play devil's advocate? Is that okay?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So if he has a cell phone, all he had to do was go to Fubo or go to NBC.com or FoxNews.com and watch it live. And he's going to get all the intel he needs on that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know what she could provide.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I was just questioning it, and
Sure.
it'd been sitting in my brain, and I just decided I'd throw it out to you and let the audience play with it and let you get in there and dissect it. And
Yeah, no, I
see if we
appreciate.
can
I've
answer some
listen.
questions.
I've seen the trend, and I appreciate you bringing it to my attention. And it's I always love this type of thing. And a lot of people get upset because they go, "Oh, Matt's just trying to prove me wrong." No, I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. Like there is nothing there. Like if I'm observing that video, I'm not bringing her in for questioning any other reason than she was in the vicinity, and she's going to get brought in for questioning because it's routine. But I'm not going to bring her in as somebody as I see as a suspect. I'm going to bring her on as a middle-aged woman who probably lives on Instagram and said, "Oh my God, this is going to go viral if I record this. Trump went down," and not necessarily knowing what took place. I'm telling you, it's loud. People are talking. There's ambient noise. His PA is going off. Okay, you've got the buzz from the crowd, and you have a suppressed rifle, which the report is going to be blocked by, 75, 85 people towards the shooter. You're also going to have the railings, you're going to have the banners, you're going to have the flags, you're going to have all of that dampens the report. So I don't know. In fact, that crowd did not react as fast as I expected them to. If you watch it again, there were several shots, and honestly, I felt it even slow for a bunch of civilians.
Yeah.
To me.
Me too.
So let's watch it.
I think a lot of people were saying
Was he in-
they thought it was fireworks, though, which would make sense.
Well, it would sound
Probably-
anyone in the military is going to tell you there is absolutely no sound. Fireworks sound like gunshots. In
Right.
fact, fireworks sound like explosive devices more than anything. But any civilian who hasn't fired a rifle or had been fired upon will tell you that fireworks sound like gunshots, and they don't. They sound nothing alike. But a suppressed rifle has a little bit of a different signature. It's a slower moving round. It reports much differently than an open, full blown muzzle. So it's not when people say it's a silencer, that's ridiculous. It's not even close to a silencer. You still want to wear sound protection even with a suppressor in most cases. ARs are fucking loud. Like they are fucking loud. If you fire one inside, you understand you might put that guy down, but you're going to have some hearing loss. They are not fun. They are not a close quarter weapon. So I think people are seeing things, but let's watch the reaction of the crowd.
3 million people.
It's not on camera.
You know, that's
Sorry. I'm going to watch it while you guys pretend. No, here you go. Sorry.
Okay,
See
just
you
real
with the
quick
light.
before you
Hold
get
on,
back to
we're
it, Matt,
watching it. Karen, hold on. Go ahead. I paused it. Yes.
Okay, just real quick. I got to get back to work. I'm actually on my dinner break.
Get out of here.
And I have customers coming in, so I'm going to go back to just listening, and then I'll, if I have anything to comment on again later while we're still live, I'll call back in.
Love you, Karen. You're the best.
All right.
Thanks.
See you, buddy.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Folks, if you like the show, like what you're hearing, obviously you do, because there's a few hundred people on right now. We love to see that. You can donate at linktapgo.com/thedumbshow. Facebook won't let you tip. In fact, they won't let us earn money on a lot of this stuff. We've built an entire network on Facebook that essentially is just really nice and pretty useless because they've demonetized us. But you can help keep the show free as long as you've taken care of your family, your friends, and all of that. That's important to us. Your vacation and your donation to military and all of that. If you have a little bit left over, we would love to have you do that. We'll announce it on the show and give you some accolades and tell you how much we love you. Let's watch the reaction of the crowd real quick.
that chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something.
Oh shit! Look at this little kid dressed like Trump.
Oh my gosh. Like that's all I could look at when I first saw it was that little boy. And I like literally was just his mom, who is not right next to him. You can see her. She flies over and jumps on him. Like I watched it a million times. It's because I was like, oh my gosh, there's a baby in the crowd. Like, I mean, child, but it's just.
It blows me away because I did not see him because I checked him off as not a threat. And, you know, I'm like looking for people who are a threat and looking what Karen's looking at. And that's just my natural nature. But I realize, and I think it's because this blonde lady threw me off, is that You know, she's got her long blonde hair and he's got long blonde hair, and I didn't put two and two together. I just saw the red tie, and you don't see it throughout. So it's interesting. And this person looks like our next door neighbor in New Mexico. Olivia, what was her name?
Jamie?
No. Oh God, no. The good one.
Oh, Casey.
Casey.
Take a look at what happened.
He was hit. And that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. I think a lot of people are looking at this guy going, you know, why isn't he getting lower? Look at this lady. She probably didn't even hear it. This guy's checked out. I think
That
people.
do you know who that guy is?
No.
Vincent, I think his name is Vincent Fusco or something. So
Okay.
he's everyone. There's a whole conspiracy surrounded by him. He's a big Trump supporter, has been for a long time, and everyone says he's JFK Jr. Like you'll see these viral videos of people.
Oh God. Okay.
walking
Yeah.
up to him. So
I
he's
just don't even-
everywhere.
Okay,
everywhere.
that's fucking great. JFK Jr. My God, people are just so fucking stupid. They're just stupid. I can't stand it. I am so glad we've cultivated a very smart audience because, and the numbers can stay this way. I don't need 2,000 on like Benny does because I can't handle the fucking idiots. I just can't. JFK Jr. The Rothschilds. It's lizard people. God, fucking Qers make me just. Ugh.
Something tells me if it was JFK
He was
Jr.,
hit.
he wouldn't be a Trump supporter because all the Kennedys are Democrats.
He also has the worst luck as a Kennedy. I mean, geez, how many has he been through of these? Listen to me. Here's my top, and then we're gonna move on. Is the people who are looking in the audience? That's fine, but I'm more suspect of the Secret Service agents who completely failed at their job. And every single facet. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go watch the show that we just put on and take a look, and you'll learn pretty quick. There were failures on every level. The only thing that wasn't a true failure, but still kind of was at the same time, I hate to say it, was the Secret Service agents and the body men and women jumping on top of him. Trump didn't go down from Secret Service. Trump went down himself. Trump had the presence of mind to know, and I want you to understand how difficult that is for a man. Anyone who questions Trump's faculty, you're an idiot. Not only did he go down like a boss, he came up like a boss. I mean, Donald Trump basically told Secret Service not to move, and they broke every rule in protecting an HVT. You get him off the stage. Judge Janine finally said it. She's the only other person I've heard say it. Even Corey Mills didn't say it the other night, and he's a sniper. But my first comment was, why in the fuck is he on that stage? Get him off. He should have been off on that stage in 10 seconds. You don't ask for the president's permission. You get on top of him, you cover him with your flak jackets. Once you get clear, once you get that Hawkeye has taken out target, once you get Overwatch has taken out, once you get Eagle has landed, whatever it is, you pick him up and you cover him and you get him into that SUV, and then you step on the gas. And you are 0 to 85 in 7.2 seconds from that gravel pit to the road. That's it. You get him the hell out of there. Any other comments on this?
I still can't get email.
What?
It won't update.
Okay, it will. Here, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Okay, sorry. I had to give Olivia some information. Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah?
250, not 251. 250. Slow down. RCD is because that's what the stitches look like after cracking your head off something in the turret. Okay, so there we go, folks. We've done enough of the conspiracy stuff. It comes down to this. There is enough here.
Thanks, Amy.
That is, thank you, Amy. That is absolutely questionable. We don't need to make stuff up. Right now, you've got two things you should focus on. How did that 20-year-old kid beat the Secret Service? And he didn't. He picked a hell of a nest. He gave so many tells that anybody worth their salt, they should have wrapped him up in a heartbeat. His body language, I watched that video. That body language, he was giving off tells all day long. The video of I saw of him, he walked around, he was nervous, he would walk towards the target, he would turn around, walk the other. The moment I saw a loner doing that in an area that wasn't where everyone else was at, I am immediately picking him up for questioning. I'm sending out police and to pick him up, period.
I mean, do you think that I forget her name? What's her name? Don Cheadle. That's not her name, but like
Yeah, that's her name, Don Cheadle, the Iron Man. Yeah, the Iron Patriot.
She's not stepping down. Do you think that they will fire her? I mean, the fact that this happened and that a civilian was killed because of their missteps all day long.
Let me ask you a question. That's a wonderful question. Olivia, did you want to respond to Amy? Did you think do you think she will be fired for her negligence and her obvious failure to protect not only the people there who are civilians, but also the president, the RNC elect and former president of the United States and hopefully future president of the United States?
She won't be fired until January 21st.
Why?
Of 2025. Because it's Biden's. That's
right.
Biden runs this right now. And of course, they're not going to fire. January 21st, Trump gets in, she's gone. Guarantee he's going to clean house in the Secret Service because of it.
Yeah. Let me explain also. Amy, you asked the question. What's your gut tell you as to why? Well, do we have any examples that we know of that Joe Biden has lost life and not taken action to ensure that people were removed from office?
I mean, there's so many, honestly. But you would think for optics for him, because it would make him look good to everyone to say, this is a failure and this is who I wanted there for DEI purposes. However, this is a big she made so many mistakes here. Let me do this one proper thing and relieve them of their job because they're not capable of doing it. I don't think it's going to happen either. I'm with you. I think Trump's going to drop her like a bad habit day one.
But because really, if Joe Biden does this, it can't be Joe Biden. It's got to be Mayorkas. Because Department of Homeland Security oversees the Secret Service. And Mayorkas isn't going to fire anybody because Mayorkas should fire himself. He should fire everyone who's on that border, who is in command, who has not completely supported every initiative that Republicans have been pushing forward about closing down that border. But we saw it in Afghanistan. Not one general was fired. Not one advisor. His chief of staff remained the same. Joe Biden doesn't fire anybody. Joe Biden is the biggest pushover in history. At least Obama, at least Clinton, at least the Bushes fired people. Donald Trump fired people. You didn't do the job, you got fired. Joe Biden loves everybody. Why? Because he literally put the most impossible people to fire in world history. Women, lesbians, black people. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying when you literally hire protected classes of people in the workplace, good luck. I had 310 employees in Bakersfield, California, and I could only fire the white people. You think I'm kidding? Ask my wife. I couldn't fire a Mexican kid who was late 26 times in a month. 26 times he was late, anywhere from 15 minutes to 3 days with no report. Couldn't fire him. They kept him around. It literally took a year for me to get him fired. Why? Because his last name was Contreras. And then he killed himself. Just found out last year. Now, fuck him. He was a douche. Terrible. He was a douche. He was a spousal. He's better off. He's better off. Sorry, I don't like people who beat kids. I don't like people who beat women. So fuck him. I don't either. He's a douchebag. He also threatened my life and didn't have the balls to back it up. So
that's him. Yep.
Yeah, Noe Contreras. Yeah, he committed suicide, and whatever. He was a horrible human being. He was just a horrible human being. So he threatened my life, sent me a text, and he had people don't understand. My uncle was detective of Kern County, Bakersfield. He's probably one of the most well-known people. And you get a shadow cast over you, and you are protected on high. When I went through my withdrawals from the medication, when I came off the medication and I was having depression, they sent 10 officers for me. And the level of respect that I got They could have dragged me out of there, and they didn't. They sat me down. They put their hands on my shoulder. They surrounded and talked to me. Olivia remembers. But they also came with 10 guys because they knew who I was. And I asked him. I said, where are the guys with the shotties? And they're outside. And I said, and the K9? He's like, they're outside too. And I said, because they didn't know. They didn't know if I was going to, I was depressed. I was suicidal. And they didn't know if I was going to fire off. But they knew my uncle. They knew my history. And they weren't going to take any chances. And Olivia called and saved my life. But what's funny is once I saw Brother in Arms, once I saw people who were military, I was so ashamed of myself. And that's why I kind of dedicated my life to the Veteran Crisis Hotline and caring about it so very, very much. Is because it took Brothers in Arms for me to see them to snap back to reality and go, there's too many people we've lost. Anyway, it's something to think about. We should focus on the things that are obvious, and we're going to get more. It's all going to come out now. It's all going to come out now. And everyone's like, they're going to cover it up. You're not covering this off. It's not going to happen. This is reporters are going to eat this shit up. And they don't care because it doesn't hurt their candidate, so to speak, and it doesn't help Trump. All it does is give them scoops and stories, and people, there's too many eyes on this. There were too many fuck ups, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. All right. I want to watch this real quick. Our good friend Damani Felder just sent us something. So
I was going to ask about how he's doing.
Well, we raised $500 for him, which is a good thing. I have not watched this video. God, I hope it's good. If it's not, I'm going to be embarrassed, but let's find out.
Howdy, y'all. This is Damani Felder. These are perilous times in American history, and now more than ever, we need individuals who are willing to wage war on the ideological battlefield with like-minded individuals. And I can think of no better place to start than my friends at the Don't Unfriend Me show. So thank you for being here, and enjoy the show.
Wow. Awesome.
It's a nice.
That's great.
That's a nice video. I was hoping for nudes, but I'll take that. I'll tell him. Like I was hoping for nudies, but whatever. That's good.
Great. I love that. That's awesome.
He's a good dude. I will have that cut, and we'll get that put up. And I always tell people, I'm like, why don't you guys do promo videos? Because it gets you on the show and gets my viewers to come over. Dean says, is there possibly a civil suit for negligence on the Secret Service by the families? Absolutely. The difference is you can't specifically sue Secret Service directly. You would have to sue the Department of Homeland Security through a federal filing. Yeah. So you can't hit state because they're not state mandated. So it's federal. So it's a lengthy process. It's a big process. But yes, you absolutely can sue. And they can do class action lawsuit, or they can go ahead and do an individual lawsuit. I would anticipate that they would probably do a class action. People are going to say grieving and mental trauma and all this other stuff. Yeah, people will sue. Most assuredly. Now, go ahead, Amy.
No, I was just going to say, I hope that they don't have to sue. I hope that the government will make it right for these people. I know that's a big ask. And maybe it's because I have common sense and empathy and apathy also for these people. I mean, this is not apathy. Empathy. What's the other one? Apathy is like, I don't care. Empathy.
There's empathy, apathy, and sympathy. Apathy is like, who fucking cares? Empathy says, oh, sympathy is I understand how you feel because I have been through the same thing and I want to go ahead. And empathy is, I can imagine how you feel, but I don't understand how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. So just empathy then. I don't know. I know apathy was wrong, but no, I would hope that the government would make this right for these people, especially the families that have lost, the families that lost their dad, husband, brother, all the things, and the two other gentlemen who were injured. And I haven't heard any update on them. I don't know if you guys have. I don't know how they're doing, but I would hope there's some kind of compensation for these families.
Well, I know
go through the channels.
Donald Trump set up a GoFundMe, and I think it raised 3.5 last time I checked. I'm sure it's double that now, maybe even triple. Olivia, maybe you could take a look and see what the GoFundMe is, honey. For
Yep, I got it.
Is it Comparty? I can't remember his name.
I know, I can't remember it either.
Comporty. I can't. It's like I keep. I built a shirt for the guy, but just today I'm fogged. I'm tired. That Saturday wore me out. And I'm I'm an athletic guy. I'm an energetic guy. I have tons of energy. You guys see me. I'm fucking rocking and rolling at 4 a.m. and I'm up till 12 and I'm good to go. I'm just tired this week. I really am. It's been a long week and it's been exhausting. Let's get to here. I want to write Damani. Just played it.
We hate it. Do better.
I said I wanted nudes. What's wrong with you? Next video, and we gotta cook because I want to get some of these out. Joe Biden makes a pitch to black voters at an NAACP. We are going to get some more on the shooting, and I'm going to show that video for sure. But I want to break from the shooting a little bit. I'm shot out. Let's listen to Joe Biden on this and tell me what you think.
I know you say, Joe, you may not have a Congress. Well, guess what? You all told me I couldn't pass the Inflation Reduction Act. You all told me I couldn't face it. Anyway, we did it. We're going to bring rents down, as I said. We're going to build 2 million affordable homes. And cap rent increases of 5% a year so corporate landlords can't gouge. Anyway, I don't want to get going. I'm going to get very upset. But there's gouging America. And by the way, not only saves lives, it will save taxpayers, just what I did on the first round on dealing with Medicare. It saves the taxpayer $160 billion because they don't have to pay these exorbitant prices to these anyway.
Oh boy. What are your thoughts on that, everybody?
I need subtitles. Anyway.
It's bad. I mean, which
What?
Joe are we going to get?
Well, he's got COVID. So that's his excuse.
That's what they said. I thought it was COVID lag.
I don't know, man. He's terrible. I don't think there's anything else to say. They shouldn't put him out there anymore. I mean, what's he going to do at the DNC?
I don't know. It's going to be brutal though. He'll show up for 20 minutes. That's what he'll do.
I mean, it comes on past his bedtime. Like, how is he going to survive this? It's just, don't get me started. Anyway.
All right. Well, then let's do this. Then we're back on the shooting, folks. Go ahead, Liv.
So a viewer sent me an image of the left. It looks like it's our favorite.
The left.
It looks like not Joy Behar, but the one who's got the
okay, send it to me.
MSNBC says if Joe Biden recovers from COVID, it should be seen as a sign of strength, similar to Donald Trump surviving an assassination. That's so.
Give me a break. He's had COVID like 75 times.
Yeah. Jeez.
How many times has this guy gotten COVID? I mean, it's kind of like bingo night. It's all the time.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Here's the video right here. You're going to see. This is 1 hour before the shooting. Crooks is walking. And remember, I told you I said his nest was.
Yep.
It lines up perfectly where he would have been. But let's watch it. He's looking up. Dude, that's so eerie.
Yeah.
I would have grabbed him right there. There's no reason for someone to be there. There's no reason. Now, the next video I'm going to show you is these people that it was a second shooter on the grassy knoll. Dude, why can't it just be a fucking crazy ass kid who had a rifle? Why does it have to be something so... Come on. Why does it always have to be a conspiracy? Why can't we just go ahead and say, yeah. Guys, it's not that difficult what this kid did. It's not that... It was the ineptitude of the Secret Service. you go ahead and you mix the right amount of chemicals and you're going to get an explosion. But they're completely benign, separate. It was a perfect storm of stupidity from the Secret Service that allowed this to happen. Just unchecked and unfettered access. This guy, what Kennedy said, he was willing to trade his life for the president's, and that's all it takes. Go ahead, Ames.
I mean, I think I mentioned it the other day too. There was other people who were there that were witnesses. I haven't seen it since the day of the shooting though, when they were interviewing people. But there was at least one lady that I remember, and then someone else told me about another person who sounded different than this lady. She was like a blonde lady who was saying that she saw a second shooter. Like she saw with her own. Now but I haven't seen it since, and I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and see, and this is where I just ask a question. Okay, can you please tell me some experience that you've had in an active shooter situation? Are you former military? Are you a police officer? Are you a competitive shooter? Are you a recreational shooter? And you know what you get? I'm entitled to my opinion. That's not what I asked you. Of course you're entitled to your opinion. But your opinion, you're espousing it as fact. So I have some questions in order to quantify and clarify that you are, in fact, credible. You just want to censor my speech. No. I want to ensure that you're not full of shit. So here's the full of shit. Enjoy this. Now, it's not my narrative, okay? People are like, oh, Matt just doesn't want to agree with anyone except himself. Okay, that's also a logical fallacy, and it's not true, because I am open-minded and I take facts as they come. But what I don't do is make up shit because an eyewitness thought they saw something. Do you understand, on the grassy knoll, on Dealey Plaza that day, out of the 78 some odd people that were rounded up and talked to, out of the 139 that were talked to over a period of time, who were secondary bystanders, that there wasn't one story that was accurate and consistent between all of them? Some people say it was the man with the umbrella. Some people say it was behind the grassy knoll. Some people say it came over the overpass. Some people it came from the top of the Texas Book Depository. Some people said it's over here, over there, over there, over there. That there were 7 shots, 5 shots, 3 shots. So understand that in high tense situations, unless you have a mind to switch gears, recognize the shots, recognize the target, understand that the chances of you getting hit are slim to none, and collect as much detail, and you're in collection mode, your brain is going to fill in the gaps with creation mode. And that doesn't mean that it's actual and factual. That's why people, when they are mugged or raped, they give descriptions of people and they are completely off, from height to weight. Hell, there's even skin color. There's people who are sworn they were raped by a black person and it was a white guy. When your mind is going through trauma, it goes on autopilot and it gives you the things you need to survive, not to literally go comatose. Okay, let's watch this.
See something that said, take a look what happened. See something that said, take a look what happened. What happened? Take a look what happened.
Jesus.
So confused.
Just watch.
Yeah.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
What you know about... Oh my God. How can anyone... Okay, if you put in fucking hip hop music into your fucking theory video without context and without text, you're an idiot. Whoever made this, literally, we should invent a time machine and find a way just this once for a retroactive abortion. And just once. I'm going to check one off the box. Okay, can I tell you that this trajectory is absolute shit? Do you understand the profile of that target, how small that target's going to be when you are literally almost 100 feet up, shooting down into a crowd? This person has never shot a rifle in their life. And by the way, a bullet doesn't pass through somebody and then carry on from a fucking downward trajectory. It would lay at this guy's feet. It doesn't literally go straight horizontal and fly into this guy and refract behind him.
Was the dude in the white shirt that fell, was that Corey?
What?
There, when
Corey?
you're watching at the
Who's
video,
fucking Corey?
the guy who died there. When you're watching that video, there's a guy, you hear the shot, and then the guy collapses.
This white guy this guy in the white shirt is completely fine.
Okay.
It's bullshit. He went down because he recognized the firing. Understand this. This guy fired 8 shots in 2 seconds. Do you understand what that is? Bap, 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 bap. That, I mean, he's firing pop, 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 pop. That's the rate of fire. His first shot is going to be his best. Usually. Everything after that is going to be pray and spray. Because understand, when he sent that and that first round reported, snipers are on that location. But you can see how those snipers didn't see him. You can see right here where he was behind this crown. And you can see where the sniper team was. Now, this is one sniper team. But for anyone to sit here and say that a shot came up from 100 feet vertical down on a target, which that target's profile is going to be minimized. Shooting from an elevated position is always ideal. Shooting from Mars is not. This isn't the magic bullet theory. And it doesn't go ahead and travel another 50 feet horizontally and then go ahead and hit the railing behind this guy. That's what they're trying to show. It's not proof. You guys are idiot. You just don't know what you're fucking talking about. You've never fired a round in your life. Oh my God, shut the fucking... What is this shit? Like, I want to listen to... What is this? What do they call this type of music?
It's like...
electronica or something, or techno.
Yeah,
There
like
you go.
Skrillex. Uh-oh, what? You didn't prove anything. You just... What? Uh-oh. The first shot hit 2 bystanders. And the railing. It did not come from the top of the American glass building. How do you know this? We now have evidence of a second shooter. No, what the... How did people make this shit up?
I know why. Because people, they missed the YouTube, social media to be millionaires, and they're trying to capitalize on this. They're trying to get views.
Yes,
and
it's
they're
just
trying
like
to get
bioweapon
paid.
labs. It's absolutely. It's the bullshit that they've been pushing. Lizards and Guantanamo Bay and military tribunals and oh my God, enough. I'm so sick of it.
Well, I have questions. There have so many questions. Not that you guys have the answers, but I don't know where was Corey? Where was he sitting? Where were the other people sitting who were like, I have maybe you guys went over that. I haven't seen it, but
For the respect of the family, I'm not covering any of that or disclosing locations where he's at. I will say that it was on the far left of the stanchions. That's my understanding.
that's what I thought too. But I wasn't sure.
The guy in the
I
white
didn't
is
know if
not
it's been-
dead. Yeah, the guy in the white is not dead. And yes, rounds deflect. And if you also look, there were tractors that were putting mist into the crowd that were setting off essentially it's not evaporated.
It's 100 degrees, bless you.
Yeah, it's holy shit. Look at that information. Plus a bless you. 107 degrees, bless you. Wow. It was come on. It's not
It's a Bister.
No, I know, but what's the process? It's called
Vapor?
it's not aromatic. Yes, it's vapor. It's vaporized, but it's something else.
Mist.
Yeah, it's mist, but it's the process of it. Atomizer. Is it atomizer? Yeah, whatever it is.
Yes.
It's an actual scientific process of
Where's Leroy when you need him?
putting what? Well,
No, because
putting
he
water.
knows him where you like. We're like, what is this, Leroy? I'm
Yeah,
like,
he does. We do
guys
that.
are
We do that all the time. But it's where you obviously put a level of oxygen and you propel water through a small opening, which atomizes. That's what it is. It's atomizing. It's atomizing and creating water vapor, and that's what vapor is. So they had large units that were misting the crowd. So I've seen videos where some of that mist comes off. People like smoke. Somebody pops smoke grenades. I mean, I'm just like, what the fuck are you? How do you come up with this shit? I mean, fucking civilians. Civilians, man. I know. I heard it was hydraulic fueled. Yeah, because here's the thing. When a round hits metal, it doesn't smoke. It sparks, if at all. Sometimes it won't even spark. It depends if the connectivity to that metal is actually going to create enough force to create a spark. Sometimes you'll just plink off metal. There won't be a spark. Anyone who's done target shooting against any metal targets know this.
I think Thomas hit the nail on the head. The misting was to spray something into the air for mind control.
Of course.
Absolutely.
It was
the best.
It was iguana mist. It was iguana mist. I just you can't be this dumb. How can people be this stupid? I mean, it's just like, you don't need to make shit up in order for this to be absolutely crazy. There is enough information here to be like, this guy's had explosives in his car. This guy parked on property and nobody checked his vehicle. Why aren't people doing vehicle checks? Has anyone ever heard of Timothy McVeigh? Has anyone seen what happened in the Oklahoma City bombing? Do we not just have a shit ton of liquid fertilizer missing like 2 years ago, where it was like something like, 10,000 gallons of liquid fertilizer? Does anyone know what liquid fertilizer can do? I'm sorry, folks, but we got to ask the question. How did he learn how to do explosives? Do you folks understand that it's not that hard to get a VPN and to use a browser that protects your identity and isn't traced? Do you know it's not that hard? Do you understand that these people are extremely technologically savvy? Do you understand that they can have VPNs that have them demonstrating that their IP is somewhere else? And when you have teraflops of information a second being transferred all over the world, somebody typing in bomb is usually not going to get flagged beforehand. It's when it's posthumous, when they're dead. Then you get their browser history. And that does you about as much as sticking your thumb up your ass and blowing. You guys think the government is just this super powered fucking perfection big brother. It's a shit show. This proves it. Afghanistan proves it. The border proves it. The U.S. Postal Service proves it. Medicare proves it. The United States government does very little well. They spend money like champions. They waste money like champions. How about tracer rounds? Does it smoke? The point is, why would you use tracer rounds in the middle of the day? Because tracer rounds aren't... Kyung, I know you're being a smartass for a reason, and I love you for it. Tracer rounds are usually in a magazine, small arms fire. They'll also use it in 50 cals and things of that effect, and also heavier units, which will fire a round every 5th round, every 10th round, and which will fire a very similar to a flare, a phosphorus color. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're red, whatever. And it will help you identify at night where you're shooting, because it'll send a round that basically looks like a laser, because it's moving so fast and the phosphorus is burning that it will leave a trail, and it helps you visualize if you're on target or not when you're firing, because you'll see that round and you'll see that round go in, and it illuminates the area for a brief second. So tracers are designed for nighttime shooting. There's no reason to use them in the day. And trust me, okay, the best explanation, this shot that this kid made was a 6-inch putt. Let me say that again. Yeah. The shot that this kid made was a 6-inch putt. I could make this shot with one arm behind my back. I could make this shot on iron sights. I wouldn't need optics. At 50 years old, I would have done a 3-inch grouping. No sweat. Not a fucking problem at all. And it depends, Ramon. It depends. In Vietnam, it was every 10. They would get 3 tracers per mag on a 30. So it just depends. Yeah. I love that. Tracers are point both ways. That is a great point. It's like three on a match. When you're in a foxhole, you strike your match, you cover, you light, and you give it to the next guy. And then throw it away. You don't put 3 on a match because the third guy's going to take a round in the fucking head. Because the enemy's going to know right where you're at. So tracer rounds are used for identifying ranged target, where your your shots are going, all of those type of things. But they do work both ways in the sense that the tracer is it might be telling you where your shots are going, but it's also telling the enemy where the shots are coming from. So good point. Tracer round would announce where he was for SWAT team, nothing more. Yeah, and it also creates a hell of a lot more discharge from the weapon. So you're going to get a hell of a lot more burn and powder burn, which is going to announce where you are. There's nothing like black smoke or gunpowder, burn against a still quiet day with no wind. That shit lingers like the cranberries or herpes. Tracer rounds are usually used from a different perspective. From a man being interviewed, he said that the van had Arizona license plate and it was parted on his street. He probably lifted a license plate from somewhere else.
He probably stole the van.
Yes, we gave our thoughts on the female holding the Biden sign. People act crazy. And the best way I described it is the reporting of the rifle was suppressed and she had multiple bodies and she was sitting down. If anyone who's been to a concert, has anyone been to I want everyone to think about the concert and they're standing up and they're like, yeah, and they're flashing their titties at their favorite band. And then I want you to remember what it's like when you sit down. How much quieter is it? A shit ton. And that's the exact same thing. The reporting of a rifle shot is going to diminish considerably with a suppressor, and even more because you're surrounded by bodies, dense bodies, human bodies, very dense, and there's a lot of them, and the sound profile is not going to reach you. She reacted to people dropping and Trump dropping, not the shots. And the other people who were sitting down didn't react to the shots either. The boy didn't react to the shots. He reacted to people going and squatting down and screaming. Okay? All right. Yeah, Ramon says iron sights. Absolutely. Okay. God, we got a lot of people on tonight. This is a good night. Wednesdays are hopping.
Still can't get email. It won't load.
The good news is that I don't think we're donations are we're getting any donations tonight. So we're sitting pretty. So folks, Liv's got something to tell you about Link Tap Go.
Go to linktapgo.com/The Dumb Show. You can donate to the show. Facebook took all of our revenue, 90% of our revenue. And so we now rely on donations, and we appreciate every single penny.
If you can help out, please do. You've taken care of your family, your vacation, and all that stuff. We would love if you could help The Dumb Show and keep us free and clear. We're not a big conglomerate. We don't have the RNC giving us money. We're not paid shills. We are just people who do the things that we do. We're neighbors, we're friends, and married, and not all together. We're not Mormon. And
whatever it's called.
However, we are willing to learn. So
rather than the disaster that
I want you guys to listen
you guys
to what's it? What did you say?
I'll let you have Jason.
That's what I was thinking. Not you. We want Jason in the middle. So here is Don Jr. Now I want you to understand. Donald Trump was shot. This is at the RNC. It was still fresh in everybody's mind. And Don Jr. just obliterates this guy. And I like Don. I really do. I think Don sometimes is a little out there when it comes to his thoughts. But he is polishing nicely. And he is learning. Paul says, Matt, do we have a picture video of the shooter's weapon? I know it was a 5.56. I know it's just a base model AR-15. Probably an M&P or something to that effect. I don't know. It didn't look modified. He did look like there were some minor modifications to it. He didn't have a rangefinder on it. The optics were not anything to write home about. There's nothing about this weapon from what I saw laying prone that made this thing like a SIG or a LaRue or a BCM, like my model. It did not strike me as an expensive rig, but I think it is 5.56, which is pretty standard. It's either 2.23 or 5.56. Now you can have a modified AR-22 long rifle. Hell, you can modify or buy an AR, which is 308. The caliber is immaterial. The point is that the weapon that he used can do the job. But I tell you what, if he would have clipped his ear with a 308, I don't think Donald Trump would be here. The concussive force of that alone, if that was a higher grain count weapon and a little bit slower, but a higher grain count, I don't know. I think the concussive force could have done some serious irreparable damage. Make sense? So, yeah. Here's the video. Watch this. This is great. Oh, yeah. He's like lying on my back and looking down your crotch. I can make that shot too, which is interesting because you're using your abdomen to bring your head up and hold the weapon. There's definitely, after a few seconds, going to be some shake in that shot. You also don't have really good sight down optics, so you're looking down iron sights, and that's not an easy shot to make. I'll be honest with you. I bet there's some people who could make that shot at 50 yards backwards, putting that thing on their shoulder and looking through a freaking mirror. 150 yards is nothing for a high-powered rifle. It's just not. It's not. It's a drop in the bucket. Windage doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about the Corvallis effect. You don't have to worry about anything. You just make your shot. Zero in and crush it. AR-10, is that what they're saying it was? Okay, whatever. Yeah, an AR-10 308. Yeah, I got you. All right, let's listen to Don Jr. here.
What is that change going to look like?
I want your opinion, Liv, and I definitely want yours, Amy, because he very well may run for president. And I don't think it'll be 2028, but I think Don Jr. has a career.
What practically your father as president, I think you would.
Jessica says, did he bring in the ladder or was it already there for the company? I think it's a really good question. My gut tells me that letter was not there or could have been there when they actually checked it. But my gut tells me that he had it in between the juniper trees, those 30-foot trees. Makes sense that he put the ladder there beforehand because he had to get up there at night, check it, see the angles, and kind of scope some things out. That's my guess. Finding that ladder would be at that point, and now I'm saying conspiracy. You don't fucking leave a ladder up. You do not leave a ladder up when you have secrets. I mean, just the overall negligence on this is such a shit show. And there will be a documentary on this, and it will be done right. And when it's put together, you guys need to watch it because it's going to suck. I'm not hearing suppression. I'm hearing small 5.56, bullet crack, and distant file report. Rifle report. Paul, at first I didn't hear 5.56, and then I put it through my headphones, and then I put it through sound profile. It most assuredly sounds like it's suppressed. I'm hearing the clicking. I'm hearing the standard sounds of that report. And you can almost hear the cycling process of it. Do you have headphones on? I'll play it for you. But to me, it sounds suppressed. I mean, because you know what an AR sounds like, dude. Even at 150 yards, it's a fucking crack, and it's loud. Even custodians put their ladders away. Right? Yeah, it's weird. Let's watch this.
Say was a divisive figure. What's it going to look like in the second term?
I don't think he was a divisive figure at all. I think the media created divisiveness around him. They lied about Russia collusion. They said he was a traitor. They went after him in every which way as possible. If the media actually starts being an honest broker, talking about the things that he did, the prosperity he brought, the peace deals that he signed around the world, rather than the disaster that we're living right now, I think you'd do everyone in the country a big favor.
I know immigration's important to him. I covered the family separation crisis closely. Well, we can.
Yeah, these are in-ear, and these are Sennheisers, and they're really good. And I can hear things that most people can't, even in videos, and Olivia can hear things too. When Leroy and I were listening, and Leroy's he thought it was a handgun at first, and I didn't want to. He couldn't hear it because he wasn't wearing high quality, but once he put those on, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's not a handgun. But remember, he was just at home listening it on TV. But once you listen to it with headphones, it clearly sounds suppressed. Yeah, I would almost bet that it's. And then I also saw the silhouette of it against they grayed him out, but they left his rifle out, and it looks like it was suppressed. It has a longer profile than most AR-15s. I'll just tell you that much. Even with an extended barrel, 16-inch barrel, it still looked suppressed. I mean, a lot of people think mine's suppressed, but it's not. But it is a badass beast, and that shit shoots like glass.
to see policies like separating 5,000 children deliberately from their parents.
You mean the Obama administration?
You know they didn't do that, sir.
Sure.
Will there be a second family separation policy?
It's MSDNC, so I expect nothing less from you clowns. Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense. So just get out of here.
What does that change?
Nice.
It's pretty good. Most people know that the Obama cages and Biden cages were 2014. Multiple presses during the press corps visit down to the border took photographs. What are your thoughts on ammo vending machines? I don't know. I wouldn't buy my. I wouldn't buy my ammo from vending machines. I know Nancy Pelosi's very upset because people bought 50 rounds. Oh my God, the horror. I've got like fucking 4,000 rounds just on my diddlywink. Fucking kids 22. People who have firearms, 50 rounds is shit. That's 5 minutes at the range.
Yeah.
Maybe. Depending upon what you're firing. If you're firing a handgun, it's 5 minutes at the range. If you're firing an AR, it's fucking, a mag in 2/3. That shit's gone in 2 minutes. But talking about Trump Jr., what are your thoughts? Do you guys like him?
Yeah,
I do
always liked
now.
him.
What do you mean?
Me?
Like, why
I didn't,
now,
I mean,
Amy?
I shouldn't say I didn't not like him before. I didn't necessarily have an opinion either way, but I really do like him a lot. I think, like you said, that he's being polished. I think, I hate to use the word groomed. I think he is being groomed for the presidency someday. I don't think he will run for the next term, but I do see him running in the future. I loved when he did this interview. I thought it was awesome. And I think he was completely accurate and completely justified. I mean, that's his dad who was almost just killed. This reporter is an idiot asking questions that are not really relevant. I mean, like,
Right.
I don't know. And he's also like, Don, he's scrappy too, he's kind of a scrappy guy. I mean, he's been in fights before. So
yeah, he almost fought Mike Lee on I think if I remember it correctly, it was Mike Lee in 2020 on the RNC floor. He almost got in a fist fight with him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I think that's actually when I started liking him because you can tell he's a family guy. He's going to stick up for his father, but what he's saying is accurate information. He's not like trying to spin anything. He's just reporting the facts and defending his father. And I don't know, these, I do like him.
Could you see him running for president, Livy?
Maybe in like 8 years. I think he needs to be, I think the country needs to be removed from Trump for a while before another Trump runs, because otherwise he's just going to get his father's reputation. Yeah. And he'll get his father's base, but he's also going to get the hatred from the left. And I think there needs to be some separation. So maybe 2032, maybe 2036.
Yeah,
that's what I would see.
Fair enough.
I mean, he's pretty, he's not that young. He's 46, but I don't know.
Oh God, here we go. It's always somebody. Here we go. Dude, you want donations? Tone down your rude, derogatory, and ego. You may have a point to make, but you make it with a blade and you act like you know more than anyone in your audience. All right, Keely. Well, thanks for your 5-second rendition of who I am and what I'm about. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Very
Keely, you're going to do so well here. So
Keely, just like if you don't vote, you can't bitch about who's in office. If you don't donate, you can't bitch about it. So either donate or shut the fuck up.
Keely, here's the thing is I appreciate your comments, but I have a name. I didn't call you Karen. And so when you start with dude, you're kind of immediately lowering the quality of your argument. Do I want donations? Sure. Am I going to go ahead and suck on your tit to get them? No. Am I going to go ahead and give you a massage and give you information in a non-aggressive way? Lady, I'm not aggressive. I don't have fucking time to suck up to you. I'm just going to tell you what the truth is. And I don't think I know more than everyone else. In most cases, I do know more. I'm good at this. and you may not like my presentation style, but that means nothing to me. If you can't weigh the content of what people are saying versus how they say it to you, then you are constantly going to be disappointed. Because here's why. Because there's people, no matter how articulate they are or how their voice may resonate, that some people think it's butter and other people think it's nails on a chalkboard. And what you're saying is because I somehow rub you the wrong way, probably because your daddy didn't love you enough or some bullshit, or one of your boyfriends or out of the 40 that you've had beat the shit out of you, which I'm sorry for. But that has nothing to do with me. I don't cut like a knife. If you feel that way, it's because you're allowing yourself to be emotional about a situation that is supposed to be devoid of it. I understand you don't like me saying that the conspiracy theory crap in the second shooter. You want me just to go ahead and confirm your biases. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you right now what the facts are. And the facts, there are more and more coming out about what's happening. And those things should be the focus, not supposition and conjecture, because that does me nothing. If I want to watch that, I'll go watch a TV show. Okay. I'll go watch JFK. If I want to have something that is completely off base and full of shit, I'm going to go watch Oliver Stone's JFK, which is historically about as accurate as fucking Pee Wee Herman's Big Playhouse. So appreciate your context. I appreciate your feedback, and I'm giving it to you. This is where you usually say, what, I can't have freedom of speech? No, you can't. I just get to go ahead and retort. And if you really want to have a conversation and you want to challenge the thoughts that I have, don't snipe. Call in. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me how I can get better by disproving what I'm saying versus trying to go ahead and be petulant and myopic in your viewpoint by inadvertently trying to insult me. Okay? I'd rather have you just say you're an asshole. And then I'm like, well, you know what? You've got that point. And I'll give you kudos. Okay? Keeley? It's too close to Karen, by the way. Just letting you know. Trump is coming out. I figure whatever Donald Sr.'s done, we'll be running next. Is she a three-namer? I don't know.
No, she wasn't.
Keely Whitteman. Whitteman. I like Whitteman. Let me read that again. You may have a point to make, but you make it with a blade. And you act like you know more than anyone in your audience. See, that's the thing that's really ridiculous to me, is that the audience has been participating in this show, and I have answered every one of their questions. We've talked about tracer rounds. We've talked about suppression. We've talked about angle of fire. We've talked about weapon types. We've talked about how he got up on the roof. Some people said the air conditioning. Some people said he was there the night before. Some people said ladders. See, the problem is that you could participate in this group. But instead you wanted to do a drive-by comment and just, kind of shit all over it and then leave. And that speaks more about you. And I'm sorry your life sucks, but mine doesn't. I love my life. And I don't need your fucking money. Keep it. Get some fucking aging cream. I mean, you look like basically... Do you remember in Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade, not the first and the second one, but when Donovan was in there and he drank the cup out of the wrong cup of Holy Grail.
You were going there. I knew you were
and his
going
fucking
there.
hair came out all white and his skin curled like this. You guys might be fucking blood related. I'm just letting you know, lady. All right. How's that for a blade? Is it good? Okay. I come to the show because you know what you're talking about. Thank you, Angela. Anyone know why we don't see Melania at the RNC? I think Melania is sick and fucking tired of the media and the conservatives. And she tried to be a great first lady and they treated her like shit. What do you ladies think?
I think that her husband almost just died and she needs a minute. She needs a beat. If I was her, I'd be like, I'm out too. I'm keeping my kid home. Like we're going to hang out and have family time. And he has to go because he has to go. And he wants to be there, but I don't. And I'm here with my family. That I would be the same way. Like, F y'all. You've treated us like garbage. So yeah,
She's
gotten
such a bad rep in the press anyway. And I think honestly, if she comes out right now in public, people are going to call her heartless and that she doesn't love her husband because she's not taking time to, I don't know, but I'm with you, Amy. If I was her, I'd be holding back, not.
I'd wear a jacket that had FUQ on the back.
She did make a nice Twitter.
She did. It was a beautiful, and they picked it apart too. She didn't post that. She doesn't speak English. She's too busy taking nude photographs. God. By the way, Victoria guilt tripped me. She's like, you didn't answer mine. Well, geez, Victoria, you three named. Let me tell you why, my good friend Victoria. Says so. And Victoria is a friend, by the way. I'm giving her shit. I'm not even going to read the first part because at the end it says, for me personally, this is a rhetorical question. Rhetorical questions don't get an answer. That's why it's called rhetorical. So next time you want an answer to your question, don't put rhetorical. Next. Victoria, I'll answer your rhetorical question now because you guilted me. So the Democrats are now holding up their vote for Biden to be the endorsed candidate. Instead, they are talking about putting Kamala up. Do you think she can beat Donald J. Trump? Joe Biden will be the nominee. I've said it for 4 years. Joe Biden has the incumbency. He has the home court advantage, and they are just going to try to fucking carry his ass over the, pardon my language, Keeley. I'm sorry. I know you don't like me cussing. Hey, you don't like cussing? Go watch the recorded show. At night, we just get to let loose. We're an adult channel. But they're gonna carry, well, they'll weekend at Bernie's his ass over the goal line. And the reason why is because the incumbency is the greatest home court advantage, and it's too late. It's too late. Now, they may try. They may try to put Kamala in, but I just don't think you understand that this guy has the delegate count. He won the primary. To give up right now and put Kamala, she's not popular. She couldn't even get more than 1% in her home state in her primary in 2020. This is Venn diagram. Are you kidding me? Unless she blows the entire nation, she doesn't have a chance in hell. Okay? That's a lot of dick. Keeley can probably help out.
Unburdened by what has been.
By what has been. What can be unburdened.
Victoria commented back for you, dear.
What did she say?
She said, bite me and check your PayPal.
Is that my penance? It's like I owe her. You owe me, bitch. No, but like you calling me bitch. I'm not calling you a bitch. Hold on. You have a memory like a freaking goldfish, you know? I mean, I'll tell you something that I got to tell you again. Lee, thank you, Bubba.
And then who?
Christine, $10.80.
Did I spell Christine right? I don't know if I did.
It's not Lee. It's not Lee. A $51.99 is, I think it's Victoria.
Okay. Well, sorry. You told me Lee.
It's Victoria. It's not Lee. That's fine. Yeah. I'm sorry. I gave her the wrong information. I checked the previous donation. Thank you, Victoria. And she goes, in honor of Keeley. That was her message. That was great. Here,
so Christine was how much? I'm sorry.
$10.80.
Thank you.
I got to get you that email working.
Yeah, it's not.
This is her message. I'm going to show it to you.
Thanks, Christine.
Thank you, Christine.
I don't know if I spelled it right. I'm sorry if I didn't.
You did.
Okay.
You did really well. See, why do people got to do that? I thought we were having a good show. You know what? I don't take shit like that. I don't take when someone says, you're an asshole. Look at that. In honor of Keeley.
I love it.
I don't take it personal when somebody says, hey, you know, you're a jerk, or I hate you, or you're ugly, which nobody's ever said I'm ugly. But I take it personal when someone goes, you know, you think you know everything. I've never claimed to know everything. In fact, there's a shit ton that I don't know about. But there's one thing I don't do is I don't talk about things that I don't know about. Because that's stupid. And usually when I don't know something, I ask a question. But anyway, enough.
And when I don't know something, I ask Matt.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. And when she goes...
And when the kids want to know something, he says, go ask your mom.
Like when they say, where are my shoes or something.
Any question they want to
That's
ask,
not true.
go ask your mom.
Oh, yeah. Like if they walk up and they say, Dad, could you please explain the three branches of government, how the fourth estate is not only the most practical, but the most important to establish that for all the citizenry and the individual rights of this nation? The one thing I don't do is go, hey, go ask mom.
Yeah, because our children would ask that in those exact words.
Victoria, totally. I didn't call you a bitch. What I was saying is your email would be like, you pay me, bitch, please. Like you were calling me a bitch. Victoria, I don't call women a bitch unless they're that one lady.
Keely?
No, Keely's not a bitch. Keely she's angry because she's had probably way too many martinis and she's lonely. So she figured she would try to go ahead and break me down because I remind her of that one guy who wouldn't stick around. That's usually what it is. It's a women's vindictiveness always comes down to assigning somebody some issue, something that they couldn't cope with on other men. That's usually what it is. And men, surprisingly enough, usually base most of their predictions on women based on their mothers. It's just the way it is. You guys base it on.
So Ethan's going to base it as perfection, right?
Anyway, so during this show, Matt said he doesn't know as much as Bongino. Now, okay, stop. I said I don't know as much as about the Secret Service as Bongino. Okay, and I guarantee you, Bongino doesn't know as much about the intel community as I do. So Bongino is a very cool guy. Bongino and I probably would not get along, but it doesn't mean I can't respect his intelligence, his delivery, and his audience. Okay, last one. I know we're running a little bit late, but that's okay. I want to wrap this up. We got a lot of people on, and we owe it to Keely. Elaine said, hate is a very strong emotion. What did I say? Hate? What did I say about hate?
I'm probably not talking to you.
Yeah, and I'm not categorizing all women. Okay, Amy, when you look at a guy and he reminds you of an old boyfriend, what do you think of him? And you don't like that boyfriend?
I was going to say, there's only really one that I'd be like, ugh. I'm pretty much friendly with everybody I've dated.
But when guys remind you of your dad, you're like,
love him.
Right. See, okay, so that's totally normal. When women remind us of our mothers, we're like,
yeah.
We may love mom, we may protect mom, but because that's it's not just a physical attraction, but there's a mental side to it too. And that's kind of the way it works. Is we base most women off of our mothers. You know? But maybe I'm wrong. Say yes, Matt. Yes to what? But does Matt know as much as Hecklefish? I don't know what the fucking Hecklefish is. You guys got to stop drinking on Wednesday.
My drinking day. I just started drinking. I'm having
That's fine.
Bourbon and Coke.
Good. Ooh, bourbon and Coke. I saw you ask Jason for it, which means that I must be doing well tonight. Here's the thing. This is destiny. Okay. If you want me to take you seriously, you got to change your name from fucking Destiny. Like, I will never talk to you because the moment you expect me to call you Destiny, your destiny is not for me to talk to you. I'm just not going to engage. Unless you're a stripper, you and I have nothing to talk about. Okay. But Destiny is a person who has argued with Ben Shapiro. He's argued with quite a few people. He's got a shotgun behind him, which is interesting because most liberals don't. But I want you to listen to this. And Piers Morgan occasionally has some redeeming qualities. He's British, so it's really hard, right? Like, because I think England sucks. And no offense to my British listeners, but you guys, I have 1,776 reasons not to like y'all. And I have a long memory. But let's listen to Piers Morgan and Destiny.
Say anything.
No, I'm not a
They
conservative.
can have any conspiracy theory.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any plot. They can do any of these things, and then liberals are supposed to sit here and be like, "Oh my God, it's so tragic."
No, Destiny.
Absolutely not.
Let me explain.
Absolutely.
Let me explain my position because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side in your race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the person that you're describing.
Right.
You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children, who he was protecting as he was shot dead, that he deserved what was coming to him because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry, that makes you, frankly, despicable.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die. But you want to talk about gleeful? Look at the concern.
Happy anniversary, Thomas, and thank you for clarifying, Elaine. I didn't say you hate people. I was just saying that people who hate have a bad heart. I have a bad heart because I will admit I hope there are people who I hate. I'm sorry. But I'm always going to be honest with you. And I will never forgive them. And that's just the way it works. But I can openly admit it. And that's the thing is I don't hide behind my words. I tell people how I feel. I wish Keely would respect that because I just don't have... Listen, quickly. I had a gentleman come over, and he's from Mexico today. And he was going to cut my lawn. No, I'm kidding. So he's actually going to fix my garbage disposal, but close enough. But he's from Mexico.
We live so far in the country, white people cut our lawn. Don't be racist.
Yeah, a white person, a guy from the army cuts mine. He's a white guy. Of course, I won't hire an illegal, but I'll hire an immigrant. And he is an amazing story. I want to have him on the show, and we have a lot in common. And he was in my house. He's like, I'm so glad I came over, and of course, he very thick accent, but he's like, I'm so glad I came over to meet you because when I first met you, I thought you, in not so many words, were an asshole. And you were sitting at the diner, and then yesterday you said if I was there were 17 different ways that I could have killed Trump. And I'm like, I did say that. We were talking about it, and I was explaining. Mike and other people who were there also agree. Military people, we talk like that about how crazy this is. And I didn't say I want to hurt Trump. I said that if anyone who knew what they were doing with that rifle could have taken him out many different ways, from many different positions, even after the first shot. So, but he's like, I'm so glad I came over because you deserve your success, and you're a really nice guy, and you're somebody who I'm proud of you. I don't know, it's hard for me to say, but I'm going to listen to your show, and it was good getting to know you. And you listened to me. I was talking and you kept asking questions. It's good to know you and good to meet you. I don't have time to be best friends with everybody on here. If you want to engage with me, then take a shot and come on the show and see how cool it can be. But if you're going to just be combative, you're damn right I'm an asshole. If you just want to come in here and wax intellect and slap each other around, I'm more than willing to do that. But if you just want to have a great conversation and talk, I'm also willing to do that. But here's the cool thing is I don't need to justify who I am to you. 2 people on this panel know who I am. My viewers know who I am. And although they will tell you I am crass and brash and can be really cranky, there's also another side that maybe you didn't stick around long enough to find out. Okay.
There's only one person he needs to justify himself to, and that's me.
Yes.
Not
Go ahead, Amy.
And also, I don't know when we stopped just giving grace to people. I don't know. If I don't know somebody, I don't judge them right away. Unless I try not to, unless they're openly just a terrible, hateful filled person. And I, like you, Matt, also have hate in my heart for people. Like there are people that I absolutely hate and will never forgive. So I'm with you. So you're not a bad person because of that.
Yeah, I've been through too many things and seen too many horrible things in my life not to hate people. And it's just the way it is. Matt, what are your thoughts about Harry Sasson on TikTok and his threat? I think he needs to get laid. Man or woman or vegetable, preferably a vegetable. It puts up less of a fight.
Sheep or goat. Give him some Velcro gloves.
I think when this guy finally pops his cherry, he's going to change. His balls will drop. His voice will change. And he will realize, holy shit, this is awesome. What the hell have I been up to? He needs to get laid. And by multiple women at the same time. This guy is wound up tighter than a drum. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of a drunk Mormon on their mission.
They can't drink.
Hence why he's a drunk Mormon. Completely just off the fucking rails and is thinks he's so good and prim and proper. But the pent up aggression from literally having 20 some odd years of a non-ejaculative experience because even his wet dreams are boring. This guy is pent up and needs to release. That's what I think. He needs to have copious amounts of sex with somebody that is living, not a doll, not a TV screen. That's what I believe. That's it. That's my question. Dude, I remember what I was like at 20. Oh my God. The things I didn't know. And then I had sex and I was like, oh, now I messed around and I lost my virginity at an early age, but there was nothing good about it. It was a mess. But around, 17, 18 years old, I figured out that women were the answer. And my life has been so fucking complicated ever since. And finally, after 25 years, it has become simple. My wife and I understand each other. She understands the dichotomy of our relationship. And although it can be tumultuous and I can be a lot to handle, we've kind of cracked the code. I don't think we're ever going to part. Because it's too much fucking work.
I don't want to be dating in this. I don't want to go in the dating scene again.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
you
think
can't.
I was never in the dating scene to actually, so to be honest.
Yeah, I robbed the cradle. Harry Sasson, Drunk Mormon. Best quote of the night. Here's the rest of the video.
I think Amy's comment is the best.
Which one?
Amy's damn comb.
Well, she always has great one-liners. What did she say?
Without assholes, the world would be constipated.
That's great.
To Pelosi's husband when they broke in.
I can answer that.
Mainstream media figures
I can answer that.
I don't care.
I can answer that.
With all due respect, I don't care what your
Let
answer
me answer
is.
that.
The reality is that conservatives have been turning the temperature up on the rhetoric.
I don't care what your answer is. Well, then you're not here for an exchange of ideas. You're here to espouse that your ideas are superior without any warrant or any merit. Sounds like Keeley.
Making fun of these types of events for years, and now when something happens to them, now they're looking for sympathy from the liberal side. Absolutely not. It's insane. It's unhinged that you can conduct yourself in such a manner and expect people to feel sorry when things happen.
Why should anybody on the right
see this? Okay, this is a perfect example of Sesame Street. One of these things don't belong here. And it's the dipshit dork.
Yep.
Who doesn't belong here. You've got the prom queen all the way to the right. You've got the prom king to the right. You've got the father who is a businessman with a suit. Everybody's primed and polished. And this fucking guy. Now listen, I'm not one to talk. I'm wearing a t-shirt and a hat, but trust me, I clean up like a champ. But this is Sesame Street. This guy is completely off his fucking hinge. He can't make an argument. And look at Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin's just like, listen, I am going to Chris Pratt you to death, you son of a bitch. And he is going to use words that have nothing to do with emotion, and he's going to lay down fact, and he's going to blade him, as Keeley says.
Listen to a word of your hectoring and lecturing about how they should behave. And by the way, for the record, the mockery of Nancy Pelosi's husband when he was attacked by an intruder with a hammer was also despicable, right? I can see despicable behavior on all sides, and I'm happy to call it out when I see it. You, however, want to present yourself as this...
Who is unhinged? This guy right here, Destiny. The virgin.
Kind of standard bearer of decency who sees outrageous behavior on the right time and again and is incensed by this disgusting, inhumane behavior. And yet time and again, since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, you have displayed exactly the same kind of inhumane behavior. Fuck him about a fireman who is killed because he attends a rally of a guy he wants to vote for.
My issue with the MAGA kids is not that they are not empathetic. My issue is that they support a president that led an insurrection against the United States. I'm not here to tone police over their empathy.
80 million people voted for Donald Trump last time round.
That's great. 80 million people voted for a guy that tried to insurrect the government, and it looks like they might try to do it again. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say. These are the facts on the ground. The idea that
you don't like attacks on democracy. So presumably you would unreservedly condemn the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, because that's one of the most egregious attacks on American democracy of modern times. Presumably, you will take this opportunity, given you are so determined to protect the integrity of democracy, you would find it absolutely outrageous that someone...
Everybody watch, because Piers Morgan is blading Destiny. And that would sound like a great video game, Destiny's Blade.
tried to assassinate a president, right?
If the other conservatives on this show want to say that it was absolutely outrageous that Donald Trump attempted to coup the government, then maybe I would. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get on my knees and beg for forgiveness or show sympathy to conservatives.
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking you to condemn what happened as an egregious attack on democracy. Can you do that?
No, I won't. No, I won't.
You can't do that. You see, so why the hell, frankly, Destiny,
absolutely not.
Why the hell should we listen to a word you have to say about...
Why do you think conservatives haven't been listening to a word that liberals have said about anything for 8 years?
Right,
what do you think is going to change?
They?
You think if liberals come out now and they go, "Oh my God, this was so..."
Okay.
We need to get him on your show.
I would. Dude, this guy. He would have blood loss.
Only if he plays his saxophone that's behind him.
Dude, listen, that guy. First of all, that's stock model fucking Remington 12 gauge shotgun is what it looks like. And fucking $189 at Walmart. Next time, wear glasses and chew on them if you want to butch up, okay? Fucking give me a break, dude.
Oh, gosh.
Second.
I can't take... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go. There's no second. Go. Get it.
I literally cannot take, I'm using air quotes, a man who talks like this. And I mean, I'm like that. I can't. I just won't. If there's a man who's doing that, I'm just gonna literally walk the way because that's not a man. That's like a scary teenage girl. That's just wrong.
Totally. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I just love Piers just completely destroyed him, you know? And I'm just like, if you lose a debate with Piers, you're fucking horrible.
Right.
Because Piers isn't that hard. And I would just say, you know what? What's so wrong with this? You know what? I wish they would have got him. Next. Are you? Yes. You're saying that you wish, yes. What fucking word don't you understand? I wish they would have taken Trump out. Next question. How can you say, easy. Here's why. Because I don't fucking care. I believe the man's dangerous. I believe his policies are dangerous. I believe he's going to set America back. And honestly, I don't fucking care about him at all. I hate him. Next question. But instead, he's like, oh, you know, we love everybody. We're the Democratic Party, and we would accept him if he would just come around to our ways. And if he doesn't, we hope he dies. I just wish people would be honest. It's like Jake Shields. You hate Jews. Just say it. Stu Peters, you fucking hate Jews. Just say it. Everybody, Kanye West. You guys hate Jews. Nick Fuentes, you hate Jews. Just say it. There's nothing wrong with it. If you don't like somebody, and that is how myopic your thought process is, and you want to put everybody in this amalgamation pot of fucking, you know, just indexing people the same way, that's fine. That's who you are. There's other things that are far worse. You hate Trump, and if he dies, you don't care. Folks, you can say that, but you better understand that there are consequences, and libs of TikTok is just fucking dishing out hell on earth. People, I mean, libs of TikTok, they're doxing everybody. If you're saying, I wish Donald Trump would die, your work is getting called. Do we agree with it?
What is libs on TikTok?
Libs of TikTok, they do all the videos about child sex trafficking and teachers and you know, the books of sexual, you know, LGBTQ shit and transgender stuff. But they are collecting people on social media who say things like, oh, I wish they would have got Barron, or I wish they would have got him. And they're taking pictures of this and go, hey, is this you who works at blah, 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 and this is your boss? And they tag the boss in it. And libs of, what do you guys think? Is that okay?
Yes.
If you're going to say stupid shit like that in public, in the public eye, then yeah, you deserve it. I mean, freaking, we taught our kids that if you say something, there's consequences to your action.
That's right.
And if you say something like that and say something to somebody to their face and they punch you in the nose, then you probably freaking deserved it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be a freaking keyboard warrior and say shit like that behind a keyboard, then absolutely there are consequences to your action.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely. I am behind them 100% for doing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Words
Ames?
matter. Yeah. Words matter. And I think it's despicable. And if this had happened to Joe Biden, I would feel the same way. Like, I would be upset. This is literally not just about trying to murder someone. It's actually bigger than that. I mean, yes, it is a murder attempt. Thank God it didn't happen. But this is the United States of America. This is not the first time this has happened, but haven't we grown since then? I mean, I guess not. Like, I thought we were trying to get to a better place, not the last 4 years, but what the heck's going on, people? Can we grow up a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah.
These are the kids who grew up with the parents who never said no, and there was never any consequences to their actions, and they got away with everything, and they think they can just do and say whatever they want at any time, and nothing's ever going to happen to them. So fuck them.
I wish somebody would try to cancel me. That would be the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, because I'd be like, oh, you got only one video of me saying that? I've got about 40 more. Hold on, let me help you out. Because here's the thing. And I left corporate America and I retired from corporate America. You can't hurt me. Do it. I've had people try to sue me. I fucking laughed. Please sue me. Sue me for defamation. I dare you. Try to prove intent. Good luck. Yeah, I had a lady who goes, you use my screen name. Is your name Doodles86754? No, then nobody knows who the fuck you are. And until you open your mouth, they never did. So it's your fault. You outed yourself. I can say whatever I want about Doodles86. Yeah. I'm like, go ahead and fucking get me for defamation. I already got my lawyer on standby. He's on speed dial. Just fucking try me. I will countersue your ass. You stalked my house. You took photographs of my house. You came to my residence. I've got proof. I got you on fucking candid camera, lady. I saw you from 100 yards away. I got you on thermals as you tried to cut my freaking internet cable. Bring it. Bring it. People, if you say that Donald Trump should be shot, there's something wrong with you. You don't know Donald Trump. You've never met Donald Trump. You don't know shit about Donald Trump. So what you're saying is you randomly want to kill somebody because you don't like them. That makes you fucking nuts. That makes you nuts. You're a psychopath. You're a homicidal fucking maniac. I don't want to see Joe Biden dead in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to see any Democrat dead. I don't want to see anyone dead who doesn't deserve it. And nobody in Washington deserves to die for their greed and their absolute sin. Because that's not for me to judge. There's a higher power involved. Okay, now that we've done this, I just want to wrap it up with one thing. There's a certain member of my audience who wrote me an email this weekend with the initials MF. No, don't be stupid. It's really MF. And
sorry.
I'm wondering, is it okay to talk and to give you my response here versus writing you an email? Because there's something to be learned here. And if you want to call in and do it, that's great. Or if you would rather not, we can do it in private and I can respond to you properly. I was supposed to respond to you Monday, but someone tried to kill the president, so it's been a little busy. But if you're willing, we've always kind of done this in person and we've been a family about it. And I'd like to just say a few words. So I need your permission to do that because I'm not going to embarrass you.
I haven't seen that person comment tonight. Are they on?
They're here. Yeah,
okay.
They're here.
I'm not watching
And
the comments though.
She
I don't want
knows
to out
who she
them.
is.
I know.
She
I didn't
knows-
even say if it was a boy or girl, but yes, I know
Yeah.
who it is too.
It's a she, most assuredly. But
Michael
the cool thing
F.
is like,
Blankman.
and
The
70,
answer is yes.
65% of my viewers are female because of this. But they don't donate to me. They donate to Olivia. So that's all fucked up. It's hilarious. When you and Olivia are on, you guys are like, boobies. And people are like, money. I come out here and they're like, he cuts like a blade. I'm not going
You
to.
got more donations yesterday when it was just you on the show.
Yeah, but I had to flash my penis like 3 times. It's yes. Do you want to come on or do you want me just to talk about it? And you're going to have some trust, right? You're going to have to trust me. And that's hard. It is hot. If you need to go, go. It's going to be 5 minutes.
It's like, our air conditioning is working, but it's like, what's it been like? It was like 103 today.
Can I ask you a question? Why don't you ever wear a ponytail? Because you would look fantastic, and it would also cool you down. I've never seen you in a ponytail.
That's not true. I wore a ponytail once on the show, and I was given so much shit about it. I was like, I'll never do that again.
Who gave you
Who
shit?
gave you shit for wearing a ponytail?
It was like several years ago, and
Oh, they were just on you because people are dicks. Trying to call.
It was bad. I was bad, and I didn't care. Like, you can talk about my appearance. I know it's a lot. This mug. I was actually like just looking at like how bad I look tonight too.
Oh my God! Please, would you shut up? I was just thinking how ugly you are.
Amy, no one's looking at your face.
Yeah, we're all looking at your boobs.
So,
Your boobs look
it's all good.
your boobs look the same every time we were here. So
If I ever wear a ponytail on the show again, I will be wearing like a very low cut shirt. And
Olivia goes and she goes, Matt, are you going to go to sleep? And I said, I can't sleep. I'm too worked up and everything else. And she goes, would you like me to calm you down? And I said, sure. And she flashed her boobs to me. And I said, we're going to have good sex tonight. I can tell. It's going to be angry. It's going to be angry, but it's going to be good.
So angry.
So angry. Maureen. Okay, here. Let me just do this. I'm hoping Maureen calls in, but
She said she was trying.
I know, but how hard is it to dial a number? Just dial the Skype number real quick. I'm going to give you like 1 minute and then we got to go because I got to get the girls out of here. And I want to go play
my
Elden
dinner
Ring.
got here.
Amy, go. Get off of here. Get out of here.
No,
We
fine.
love you.
Jason's
Okay.
gonna set it up and then we order dinner because I was like, I'm not cooking tonight.
That's right,
So-
Jason. That's right, Jason. You cook that food. You cook that
No, I
food. You
ordered- I was like, just
emasculate
order
yourself.
dinner because I don't want to
It's-
cook tonight.
Oh, here she is. Oh, Maureen's. Okay, hold on. Okay. Can you hear me? Turn off your camera real quick, Maureen. Just turn the phone away from your face. I don't want to put you on screen on this one. So turn your phone away from you. No? You want to be on camera? Okay. Hold on. Maureen,
Hi, Maureen.
Maureen, can you hear us?
Okay.
Mo-
You there?
Yeah, can you hear us?
I can't
Can
hear
you
you.
hear- You can't hear me. How the hell can you not hear me?
I don't know what the problem is.
I didn't out her. She's been talking in chat, Karen. I didn't out her. She said she wanted to come on. Hold on a second. Output, audio.
You just took my mouse.
Maureen, can you hear me? Test. Maureen. Hello, Maureen. Maureen,
Okay.
can you hear me? Can you hear me, Maureen?
I've got you on screen, but I can't hear you.
Okay. Can you turn your thing up, maybe? I've got her audio. There's no reason for us not to be hearing each other. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't out Maureen. She said she wanted to come on. Settings, audio. Okay, let's try.
Super.
Test. Can you hear me now? Test. Testing.
Sure. Click.
Can't hear me. Test. Can you hear me?
I don't know
Test.
what happened.
Testing. Can you hear me? Damn it. Call back. She's going to call back. I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm just going to cover it, and it's going to be easier. No, maybe not. Hi, Maureen. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Maureen, can you hear us now?
Nope.
No?
I don't hear you.
It's not working tonight. Can you call on your phone?
I'll
Call.
try again.
Okay, call. Bye. Sorry. Hold on. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna do it. I know her audio output is probably, yeah, I don't know. Come on.
Come on, everybody.
Come on, Irene. Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear, Maureen. Dial the phone number. Come on, Eileen. Come on. I want to go. Do we have frozen yogurt?
No.
Shit. I guess I don't have to go. All right. We're going to do this. Hopefully she calls back. Here, let me shut down Skype. One last try. It could have conflicted with Zoom. That's possible. Quit.
My fault again.
Yeah,
It's always your fault. Anything that happens, it's always Amy's fault.
I was just
blame
going to
Amy.
say it was your fault. Totally. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but
Here, it's my fault. When he's
okay.
here,
Tell her to try one more time. Folks, if you have not had a chance, donate to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. linktapgo.com/thedumshow. If you're interested in keeping the show on and free and you don't think that we're bury the blade, you can donate to the Dumb Show. It keeps us happy, keeps Olivia happy. She doesn't stay with me for my looks, trust me. So, okay, we're just going to do it. She's not. Did you talk to her?
No.
Tell her to try again. 30 seconds, seriously. Kimberly Guilfoyle looks like a clown. She has so much makeup on. Dude, that woman has had so much plastic surgery. Like, oh my gosh. Like Joan Rivers, like came out from behind the grave and said, "I want my face back." It's pretty bad.
She used to be so pretty.
She is pretty. She's got a lot of work done. She doesn't need to. She's always looked older than she is.
Lara Trump got a lot of work done too, and she looks horrible with it. So
I don't think.
Oh, I think she looks good.
Yeah, you're being very evil.
No, she was much better looking without it. in my
Okay,
opinion.
I don't have to.
If I could afford it, I would get a lot of work done too. I'd like move my entire face up and back, like it was
Why?
20 years ago.
What's wrong with
The
your
waddle.
face?
Nothing. It's just falling down. Look.
It keeps failing on her end. Let me see.
All right, then she
wanna
needs to do a
look like
full
Nancy
reset.
Pelosi.
If she can't make a phone call, then there's something wrong. So but I can't wait.
Okay, I'm telling her to try the phone number.
She's already tried the phone number.
Oh, I don't know.
Tell her to I'm not going to stay until 10. I mean, it's crazy. It's 9:30. We got to go.
Yeah. Video games and my dinners. So let's do
Just
this.
go, Amy. Go.
Oh,
I told you. Then stop bitching. I told you
Not
to go.
bitching. I was just making a
you're bitching.
joke. Calm down.
It's not funny. It's not.
I didn't-
Your jokes.
I know.
Your jokes are like blades. They cut. They hurt people.
The alcohol. I'm halfway
What do you
through
eat?
now.
What are you eating, by the way? You're like I'm
She
eating.
said, "Go ahead."
Okay. What are you eating, by the way, tonight?
We ordered pizza.
Pizza's not good cold. Well, yeah, it is. Okay. So here it is.
It's fine.
It's here's the thing. The other night, there was an episode between Dom, Izzo, and I. And Dom Izzo had made a comparison contrast to rape and men saying that women are raped because of what they're wearing. That argument is very similar to there's a lot of good police officers out there and we can't lump them all together. And in regards to the Constitution, that people are asking to have their rights trampled. And it's not comparable at all. First of all, rape is a violation of trust. It is a horrific act. It is something that I've been through twice in my life. And I don't recommend it to anybody. Truly. See, now Keely's going to feel like shit. She's like, uh-oh. Now I know why he's an asshole. So I take it very seriously. And when Dom said that, I could have said, fuck Dom. What, you dick. How dare you? I'm never going to talk to you again. Well, Dominic Izzo is my friend. And I don't have to agree with him all the time. And he didn't say anything wrong. He was making a comparison contrast, which may not have been equivalent of what I was saying, but still his right to say it. And he wasn't espousing that women who dress scantily want to be raped. It's a horrible comment. He wasn't saying that. We were having a debate and he brought up something that I believe was a logical fallacy, and I called it a logical fallacy, which means that it's fake. It's devoid of logic. It's devoid of reason and not based in any fact that's comparable to what we're talking about. So that is a complete discredit of what he said. However, one of my viewers who has experienced some trauma in their life did not agree, and while listening to it made a knee-jerk reaction to what was said and espoused that I said women are asking to be raped. I never said those words. And I rallied against those words. And what happened is this person is a very loyal and trusted viewer who I love. And my wife loves. And Amy loves. And she reminds me of my Aunt Sherry. She even looks like my Aunt Sherry. And so when she comes on, I appreciate her coming on. I appreciate her perspective. I appreciate her patience. And like most of my viewers, I care much about. But there's a but. If at any time the things that I say impact your world for more than 3 seconds after you leave and I turn this show off, there's a problem. And you're taking this show way too seriously. There were some things said in chat that were inappropriate. I felt attacked. I did not really say much. I just said I didn't say this, and you should rewatch it and listen to it. And it came to a point where I just got out of the conversation because it was doing me no good to listen to it because it was hurting my soul. And the other mods jumped in and to a person defended me, which I didn't expect and I didn't see because I left chat, but fervently defended me and point blank, you're wrong. And that's always nice. But I want to talk about the aftermath. The aftermath is that there came a point where it was very standoffish, and finally Olivia jumped in and said, here's an ultimatum. You either do this or else. Because you're not going to represent this brand and this company with negative feelings and animosity and no loyalty to us, because you're not going to be an ambassador who literally is espousing treason. And it's like the Senate, and it's like Rome, right? You can't be plotting to stab Caesar in the back and then sit there and represent him in the Senate. It's just not a good idea. It doesn't work. It's ulterior motives. And I'm not saying you have to treat us like Caesar or think that we're some sort of power to respect like an emperor. What we're saying is that if you choose to represent us, you should represent us with a true intent and a positive intent. That's our point. So Olivia said, enough. And then I received an email, and I don't think anyone thought the email was going to come, because I think Maureen was like, fuck this. Not so many words. She wouldn't say that, but I'm right. He's wrong. And I'm just going to leave. And I will tell you that usually does not work out very well for a person, because one is that you're ceasing communication, and whatever type of solace or how we would rectify this to get to a point of being amicable again, you then destroy any chance of that. So what you're looking for isn't solace, isn't reconciliation. You're looking to harm and hurt the person as much as you can, because you've lost all form of argument. I know a little thing or two about this because I've done it. And I've done it to people on this show. And I've done it to my wife. I'm not going to talk about what was in the email, because that is between me and Maureen. But she felt that it was her responsibility to disclose her current disposition, her mindset, and how she was taking things. And it wasn't necessarily from a place of rational thinking, because of internal and external conflicts. Hopefully you guys can read between the lines. And I happened to grow up with this. And I grew up with a mother who was horrible, evil, and would do and say things to destroy people she supposedly loved, and pit her children against each other, and pit the father so he would spank and hit the kids with lies. Mental trauma, physical trauma, and permanently has fucked up my sister to a point where she is just a fucking loon, and has destroyed any respect I have for the matriarch and patriarch that does not reside in this house and other houses, but never my own. And it's not like I don't suffer from those things. Anxiety, depression. I think everyone knows that they've seen me, that my anger management is not the strongest. And there are times where I snap at Olivia and I will apologize, or I might raise my voice to somebody who I don't want to. And usually it's followed by an immediate, I'm sorry. But these are the inequities of who we are. And these are the frailties that are very seldom embraced, but often displayed. You don't owe me a fucking thing, Maureen. You don't owe me an apology. You don't owe me an explanation. You owe yourself the opportunity to hear somebody personally and hear their voice and hear the warmth of their tone, and ensure that they're not being sardonic with cold text, because nothing can be conveyed in text of this magnitude unless we all write like Thoreau or Tennyson, and we don't. It's required that we meet face to face, that we get on and we hear the inflection of each other's voices so we know the intent of the person. And if those things are cold and cut like a blade, well, then we can summarily tell each other to fuck off. But if they're not, then we immediately should stop, pause, and reassess how we're processing information. There is one thing that I know, and I'll surmise the rest of the conversation in this brief few sentences. The one thing I know about the ailment that you face is that this will happen again. And then I will tell you it will never happen again. I don't mind once. I will not allow twice. Because there is a gift that you possess, which is a high level of intelligence. And when you are aware of something, you can help yourself. Because I know, because I suffer from the same. And if you care enough about somebody, you will ensure that you don't allow it to ever get to that point again. I have all the understanding in the world. You do not need to apologize, but there will come a point where I have to protect my brand, my moderators, my members, and most importantly, myself and my wife. And I will. I love you. You are someone I consider a friend. I would give you money. I'd give you the clothes off my back. I would drive to you if you needed me. But what I will not tolerate is to emulate the abuse that I received from my own mother with somebody who I care more about than my own mother. That's all I have to say. There's no apology needed. I appreciate your letter. It was very kind. It was very open. It moved me to tears. But now we know where each other stands. Okay? Are we good? Cool. I don't know if we are. Amy, 1 minute. Besides pizza, go ahead.
Golly, I don't know what to say after that. I'm glad that everything's good with Maureen. We all love her. Just kind of touching on that. I will say I didn't get involved in this at all. I said nothing, but I did see a lot of the comments, and I watched the show twice, and I've been through a shit ton of trauma in my life. Nothing in that show triggered me whatsoever. I didn't find anyone's. I mean, I was listening to it as an informative show, not a let me. So I think it's also where it's coming from too. So just, but anyway, I digress about that. But anyway, we all have our shit. We all have our own traumas. We all have our own triggers. And if that's something that triggers you, or anything in this world that triggers you, there is a point in time where it's okay to go, I can't listen to this. I can't watch this. I can't, I need to step, like that's okay. There are things that I have a hard time listening to on the news and things like that. I change the channel or I scroll into something else because I can't handle it. It will bring me down mentally so bad and so fast that it's not worth my own mental health to listen to something that's going to bother me for the rest of the day or the rest of the week or whatever that may be. So it's okay to turn things off. That's just PSA to everybody out there, not just everyone. Otherwise, it's a great show. I'm looking forward to going to watch the RNC from today.
And finally eat. It's like, God damn it, man. I'm never coming on a Wednesday again.
I had a protein bar today. I had a protein bar.
Liv's going to get a protein shake later. Liv, did you...
Sorry. I didn't mean to say gross. It was just like a reflex.
Romance on the horizon. This is the package that you get.
Gross. No.
Shit. Liv, your 1 minute.
I would like to thank Keely from the bottom of my heart for your donation. I really appreciate it very, very much.
Yeah.
It was amazing of you.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to work for that one, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. So, and to everyone else who donated, appreciate it. So.
Yes.
Yes,
and I'm putting a timer on this show tomorrow.
Hey, easy.
9:00.
It's busy. It was a good.
I know it's busy.
All right, you could leave anytime, just like the other hosts. If you get kerfuckled, it's okay, folks. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. I'm gonna get a ration of shit tonight, so it's worth it.
It's done. It's over.
Thank you for airing it in front of everybody because now I'm glad that it's over because now
settle down.
You're definitely. You know what? I'm usually not a belly button or an eye guy, but
gosh,
belly button or the eye.
No.
Just
this is too much information. I'm gonna keep on scrolling. I gotta go.
Do you realize that this is all not true and completely just for
no,
show?
because what's gonna happen is we're gonna get off, go have our snacks. He's gonna play Elden Ring till like 11:45.
We're gonna go to bed,
and then we're gonna go to bed.
Folks, thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything. Please do me a favor, go over to Wimkin and sign up. We didn't get to play the commercial tonight, but I got to let these ladies go to bed. And thank you for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll be on at 7:00, and we'll have a recorded show and all that. Thank you, everybody. Amy, it was great having you. Olivia, as always, we appreciate you.
Night,
Thanks,
y'all.
guys. Good night.
Bye.
Pulse. Bye. Bye. Go enjoy your pizza. Bye.
Bye.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.